So unprepared. Okay, go ahead.
Hello, everyone. This is all about Chainsaw Man.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. It's all about Chainsaw Man, or maybe it could be about My Hero Academia.
Okay, well, we are missing at least two people because
We're
Colin
missing
hasn't
Colin, the murderer.
he hasn't shown up
Um,
yet. And,
he's probably killing people right now. Who knows? That's probably why he's late.
Yo.
and
Um,
D says that he will make an appearance, but he says he's not feeling super
and I'm not
great,
going
so
to
he
be able
might
to
not.
talk too much just because I'm starting
Yeah,
to
you
feel
gotta.
something.
Oh,
Oh,
you. There's Colin.
speaking of
We
Colin,
were just talking bad about you, Colin.
yeah,
Oh,
you were you out killing people? Is that why it
no.
took so long?
I was having a cigarette with mom.
Hey, Shadow.
Yeah, right.
Hey, Drew. How's it going, Colin?
It's going really good. Mom
Good.
was just, I was talking about my book with mom, and she just helped me with a big breakthrough. I was stuck
Oh,
on something, and she's always offering me ideas. I'm like, no, 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 that's no good. But she's offered me an idea, and I was like, oh, that's awesome.
nice.
So I'm inspired.
You know what,
So,
Colin? Once you be an author, you need to go to a con, and we'll go to your panel.
yeah,
How
sell
about that?
sell your book, get famous. We'll show up at your panel. We're just still we got Comic Con like this the latest con we were at on our brain because it was so big, and it
Oh,
was so much fun.
where? What city?
Well, I'm not going to say publicly.
Wait, did it just happen?
Yeah, at our
Yeah.
yeah, They was like it. They said it broke records. Like it.
Wait,
Well,
wasn't?
it was the biggest.
Is this
It,
not? Wait, it's the San Diego Comic Con.
uh-uh.
Isn't that this
It's
time?
a Comic Con,
It's
not
a
San
Comic Con. There
Diego.
were several people there.
I just
Hey,
remembered.
Josh, how's it going?
Did the San Diego Comic Con just happen? I forgot.
Yes,
Oh man.
but like
It
I
happened the
think
same time, I
no,
think,
the
right?
week before. I believe it was the week
Before
before,
this one.
and they had to they had to like some actors canceled their appearance because of the strike.
Oh,
Oh,
And
yeah, they
yeah, and
couldn't.
then the ones that came when they were in panels and talking and stuff, they were not permitted to promote anything they'd be
oh.
in.
That probably
Like,
affected the other Comic Con a lot too.
yeah, it
They
probably
might have.
did, but it also affected the course of how the panels would go.
Right.
Because sometimes they would slip up and accidentally start talking because I mean that's
I don't know.
kind
I
of the whole
find it
point
kind of.
they're there.
Right.
And Christopher Lloyd's messed up and he was like covered his and then they ended the panel not long after that. But
That is weird. Like, come talk about the project, but don't really talk.
but don't promote
I
your
don't know.
work. So they
I
would
found it
find
kind of. I found it kind of stupid in some ways. It's like,
it was
how,
aggravating.
what does it matter that you can't talk about a past movie? Like, what's the
Something
deal?
I don't understand
Like
it,
the
but
guy that
that
did
was like a thing.
Lando, the guy that did Lando Calrissian, he
Yeah,
talked
Billy D.
about his
Williams.
work. So what?
But
What
he
was?
was one of the earlier panels we went to,
Wait,
and
Billy Williams was there?
he was there.
Oh,
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah, that was one of the
yeah,
pictures I showed.
yeah. He
There he is.
yeah, right there.
I'm betting it's some kind of thing. Like it's like it's work. If they're promoting a movie that's going to make money, then it's work.
They couldn't talk about any of their past work. Like they weren't
Oh,
supposed to
really?
refer. So they would come up with really creative ways to refer to their past work.
Like he
Like
couldn't talk about Back to the Future.
not
No, and
directly.
even
He wasn't supposed to directly. When he
That,
started talking about when he
that's
first met Michael J. Fox, of course it involved the movie.
right.
So it
Yeah,
was
that's
anyway.
crazy.
It was it. Karen
even
Gillum,
Karen, yeah, Gellin
yeah,
couldn't even say that specific character.
she would say when I went out to that galaxy, like she was
Went out,
coming up
yeah,
with
it's like,
these little funny,
and
you
then
know when I,
someone proposed right in front
yeah, right in
of
front of her,
everybody.
there was a proposal. Hey, Chris, someone said, hey to the blue toker.
Yeah, the blue token's here.
Josh says here, oh, he's got a little Yoda on there.
I got a little baby Yoda. He's
Oh
so
my
small.
goodness. If they promote the project during the strikes, they will be removed from. So, okay, so it's probably SAG-AFTRA that is putting that restriction on them. It's not like lawyers from the studio; it's their own union. So yeah, they would slip up sometimes, but they did their best.
We are talking about it a little bit.
Only because we're referring to it with regard to a con that we recently attended, and the actors there couldn't promote their work, so they couldn't talk specifically about their work.
I don't think this I don't think he could either. This actor,
Yeah, it was
I don't
his.
think he could
Nothing
even.
else we can fucking talk about because he was
Yeah,
talking. That was Vincent D'Onofrio,
yeah.
and
Oh, really?
yeah, and
His panel was
his panel was
interesting.
really interesting. I
The
enjoyed
Red
that,
Reaper.
and also Don Bluth was really
Oh
interesting.
yeah, he
I
was.
liked his panel a lot.
But yeah, we're off subject.
Yeah,
So
way off
let me get back on
subject.
course. So
Yeah, okay.
we're doing 2016.
2016 movies.
It was a little odd. We didn't have enough time to watch all the films because I also have a second day job, and I didn't think about, oh, maybe we should start like watching it before I go to work. And we kind of started a little late. We only watched what, 4 or 5 movies at best, 6.
Yeah, something like that. We watched one this afternoon. That is under a different user, which is why I didn't. Oh, so you know what? I wonder if. So, okay, this is a question for you, Josh. So, if they have a con, can they talk about the stuff over there? If they show up over there in the UK, or is that only, or are you only just referring to like movies? Because yeah, Dune might be delayed here, which I know is probably something that's very upsetting.
Be weird if they
for
could.
Colin, huh?
No, it's not being delayed.
They said it's not because remember there was talk that it might be.
There was an article that said it was, but then there was an article after that said no,
it's not. Okay.
They pushed the release date up to June or November 2nd.
Okay. Craven has been delayed by a year, I heard.
Spider-Man through Spider-Verse has been delayed.
But that was delayed. That was already delayed before the strike even happened.
No, well, no. I don't think.
It was because the animators had said there was no way they could get it finished by March. So it was already like, we don't know when, but now it sounds like just sometime later next year.
So. August.
Okay.
But yeah, we're talking about 2016. So I was going to go through. Yeah, I was going to go through the highest grossing films of this year. So number 1 is Captain America: Civil War. That was a really good movie.
I know that's one of Sin's favorite Marvel movie.
My favorite Marvel movie is The Winter Soldier.
Okay, which is the third Cap.
The second Captain America. Civil War was the third.
Oh no, that's what I thought Civil War was for a second. Okay, yeah. Civil War was okay, right.
Civil War was almost like a whole other, just another Avengers movie. They just put it under the Captain America banner.
Right. Yeah.
But of course, that's when we were introduced to
Black Panther,
and
Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and no, not Ant-Man. We'd already seen him before.
Yeah, Civil War did have that fun scene where all the superheroes spot each other in like the airport parking lot.
Yes, and there was so much comedy in that scene.
Yeah, that was a great Marvel moment.
Yeah, it was fun watching it on the big screen. I still remember it to this day.
Yeah, it was fun. It was enjoyable.
But that year in general was just dark.
I didn't like 2016. That was not a good year for us.
A lot of good stuff, but just dark.
Yeah.
You mean in movies or personal life?
No, just personal.
Personal life.
Was tragedies that happened that were very dark. Just really, the whole year was just a thing.
Holy cow. So
oh,
Disney...
Yeah, that's right.
Disney...
did get paralyzed.
Disney... So all of the Disney movies actually ranked from 1 to 5 this year.
Wow.
Besides Captain America.
I just noticed that. You're right.
Captain America's okay, so Captain America's 5. And then Rogue One, a Star Wars story, was number 2.
Mm-hmm.
I do like that one. That's probably the only one.
That one.
Yeah, that's probably the only Disney Star Wars that I would say is canon. The sequel trilogy was just a fanfic fever dream. And then number 3 was Finding Dory, the sequel.
It was fun.
Yeah.
I don't think it was as good as Finding Nemo. Yeah.
Number 4 was Zootopia. I did like that one.
I never saw either of those.
Zootopia, the one thing I remember the most about Zootopia was the scene in the DMV.
Yeah, the DMV.
Zootopia. Yeah, that was the sloth.
The
Yeah,
sloth.
that's
Yes, that was
DMV
one of
for
the
you.
most accurate
Yeah.
representations of a
I mean,
government
the film
agency
itself
I've ever
was
seen.
the
Yeah.
film itself was good.
It was good. Yeah.
Also then there's like the Godfather reference in there with the what
Yeah.
was it, a rat or what animal was he
I
supposed to be?
forgot about that part. I agree,
Yeah, he was
Josh.
supposed to
Absolutely.
be. He was supposed to be the yeah.
Yeah, it was like a
Uh,
crime movie.
I forgot
and then
about him
number
completely.
5 was the Jungle Book live action.
Yeah, I feel like that it just didn't like all the live action movies from I was excited, but it didn't recapture it wasn't better than the original. I think those original Disney animated movies, they're so good because of the musical pieces, which
Mm.
really the live action ones didn't really commit to.
They can't capture it, no.
And the Pixar movies don't really have many musical pieces. That's why I think those old school Disney movies are the best.
Well,
And
they
a movie
used
this
to.
year that's one of my favorite movies of the year that echoes the old Disney classics.
Which
But
is?
it didn't
Which
make
one?
the top 10. Number 12, Moana.
Oh. Oh, Moana. Yeah. Oh, that
I
was
love
2016. Yeah, Moana was a really good movie.
I watched it multiple times. I have
Yeah.
Moana, actually.
Yeah, The Jungle Book, I had forgotten that that was probably the only live action Disney movie I've watched all the way through.
Was it like the first one?
I
like,
think Cinderella
No,
was the first one.
yeah, Cinderella. Then it was well, that'll be the next
Hey,
year,
Joe.
Beauty and the Beast.
Joe.
Number 6 would be The Secret Life of Pets. I have never seen that actually.
Oh, I love The Secret Life of Pets. That was
I don't think we
I
yeah,
remember Moana.
we never saw that.
I've also seen this is the year of kids movies for me. Like rarely do I really get into the animated family movies, but this year had a bunch, like all the ones we're talking about. But Secret Life of Pets is the second best one. It had a man, it was just funny. Louis C.K. was the main dog, which I love Louis C.K.
Oh, I guess I didn't realize that.
And Jenny Slate's in it, and I love Jenny Slate, and Kevin Hart's in it, and it's just relatable, goofy pet stuff, silly, goofy animal stuff that I really enjoy. I watched it a few times, and I really like it.
I don't know
Well,
why we
I
never
know,
got
we
around to
have never-
watching it. Because Aurelia, she loves stories about animals. I don't know why we didn't.
I think it's good. I think it's funny, worth watching.
Yeah, I mean, it looked funny. There was no specific reason I can think of that made us decide not to.
Yeah, that's a thing.
Yeah, Moana is really good. My nephew, one of my nephews, was so obsessed with that movie, he would watch it on repeat multiple times a day.
Yeah.
So I got very familiar with that song
Yeah, there was a
that
few.
The Rock sang.
I downloaded a few of those songs to play on my iTunes.
A good song.
To listen to them.
They are good songs.
I really like Moana. I don't think it'll be better than animated, but live action Moana, I am kind of stoked to see. I'll definitely go watch that. The Rock's gonna be in it.
Oh, yeah, that's right, because they're casting him. Of course. They're not going to cast the girl that did the voice, are they? I don't think they did.
She's probably like 18 or 20 by now.
Yeah, I don't think they're.
I
I don't
wouldn't
even
worry.
remember.
Now I know a lot of people just do not like this movie, but I actually did enjoy it. Even I was skeptical about it at first. But Batman versus Superman: Dawn of Justice.
I love that movie, and I don't care. A lot of people hate it, but I love it. I thought it was
Actually,
really good.
I never even saw it, so I can't even say.
That was the movie that changed my mind about Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman. I
remember we were in the theater.
down on her.
We were in the theater, and I remember when she showed up, some woman in the far left in the room would screamed
When she
holler,
showed up as Diana Prince.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
as Wonder Woman.
Oh, when she showed,
Like
I was
theme-
doing that, but on the inside, I
Oh,
was
you
screaming
should have
really,
let
really
open
loud.
your feelings, just let it out.
Should've.
Let it out. Yeah, that was fun. Number 8 was Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them.
Oh,
a
there's
prequel
D.
to-
I'll pop him in.
Okay.
Hey, D.
Hey, how are you guys?
Sorry you're not feeling well.
It's all good.
Oh, you think you're coming down with something, or just kind of just feel blah in general?
It's that. Hopefully, it's not something. But I have weird moments where I get a little drained, and I know it's the last couple of weeks has been a lot of work, and things. Been trying to catch up with YouTube
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
But it's all.
Well, I hope you'll be feeling better tomorrow. Are you going to be on Z Talks Thursday?
I have to see. Actually, Mike just asked about it, so possibly.
Okay.
It's only been what's the word? It's only been easier because of the time frame. Because before, I think the way he had it set up, I think it might have been before he started doing the guests the way he does now. But
Okay.
when I get home, it's like the perfect kind of time for me to slide in. So, yeah.
Right. What time slot did he ask you?
That's usually I usually get home from work around 5, so it would probably
so
be,
the later. Okay,
Yeah.
so we might be on the same time again. Yay!
Yeah.
That'll be fun. I hope you can join. Sorry, got sidetracked.
Yeah, I was just saying number 8 was Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, a prequel to Harry Potter.
The first, yeah. I actually enjoyed that.
Same.
Yeah, I thought it was decent.
And
Yeah.
the second one, well, we'll get to 2018 later.
What's that,
Yeah.
D?
Oh no, I agree with what Arturelia said. Where it's like the second one, not quite, but going in, you never know with some of these prequels. It's like, is it, some things feel less necessary than others. So I was a little iffy. I remember the book, but at least the title. I can't remember if I read it. It was only briefly, but so I was kind of intrigued, but I wasn't sure about it. But then watching it, I was like, oh, like it was actually really, really enjoyable. I just thought it was something about the way, I mean, it's like in the Harry Potter world, but it just expanded it in a different direction and seeing like the different creatures and all that. Yeah, it just was a different type of vibe compared to the original films, but not like that way.
Well, I mean, I also like that they showed the United States version of the Wizards too, because it's mostly set over there in Britain.
Right.
Except it's also in a historical time period too.
Right.
Yeah.
Like what, the 30s or the 20s?
20s,
or,
the jazzy 20s.
Yeah, I've only
Isn't
seen
that
the
when
movie
jazz
once. I wouldn't
came
mind
around?
rewatching it. I think we watched the second one.
We
and
never watched the third one
Did
because
not watch the.
I know you didn't like what Warner
to
Brothers
watch the
did with
third
Johnny
one.
Depp.
Yeah.
And
So
I'm like, at this point, like, there's a point in time when a certain certain series keeps coming out over and over, and then you kind of get a little bit fatigued. Like, oh, all right, I've been there, done that multiple times.
yeah, that might have been. Flash makes a good point about Batman versus Superman coming out at the wrong time. Maybe I mean, it did well. It was in the top 10.
It is such a family movie.
But I do remember that there was quite a bit of dislike for it, especially from the critics, and a lot of fans really just did not like it at all. And so I go in there, and I had already seen some reviews for it, and I was expecting, oh, it's going to be terrible, but I enjoyed the heck out of it. I didn't like Eisenberg in there. I didn't like him at all. I thought he was terrible casting as Lex Luthor. But and my brother Tim, he hated oh gosh, what was that character at the end that killed Superman? What was his name? Doomsday. He didn't like how Doomsday was presented. He thought that was really terrible. But he liked it all the way up till that point. But I like that particular scene because that's when Wonder Woman shows up in her costume.
And you
she
should
was
have
so
screamed in the
awesome.
theater. You should have screamed in the theater.
I screamed inside.
No, you should not. You should just let open your soul.
Yeah,
Number 9 is the first Deadpool. Funny movie.
Deadpool is awesome. I love
Surprisingly, so much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
Deadpool.
just ridiculously raunchy.
Yes, it was. But it's such a family experience. You could have
But
your
it worked,
kids
you know.
sit
I mean, and Ryan Reynolds pulled it off.
I like when he hit the metal guy, and it broke his
I was laughing so hard at all his broken bones in his hands.
Yeah. Not only was it probably the funniest superhero movie, I think the action was really good.
Yeah.
And not just because it got violent, but just the slow-mo and the angles, when it started with that, the car crash and the going through, the car and stuff, it was already really absorbing in the action in a way that lots of superhero movies I feel like almost never do. And Deadpool had that all throughout, like really good action and really good comedy. And yeah, that, like we said in one of the earlier ones, that was one of those few like R-rated movies that's like really cool, and everyone's talking about it. It's like really big hit.
It's like it's been I think at this time hadn't it been a while since a Marvel movie was rated R. Because Blade was rated R. He was Marvel.
I thought Deadpool wasn't Marvel though.
He is. Yeah. Yeah.
Did it? It didn't really come out under that banner, did it?
No,
Like,
no.
it's not-
Well, look,
wasn't
his
part of
character
this-
is Marvel, just like
Yeah.
Blade. So
I mean, the
technically,
comic-
I count them because they're part of that
the
comic.
cinematic though. Yeah,
Okay, but
comic book, definitely. Yeah.
Like the other part of Marvel is under Disney. The other part of Marvel is under Sony / Fox, whatever. But
But a superhero, yeah, basically same thing. Marvel superhero movie of that genre. Yeah, I don't know any are besides Blade. Like none of them were. So that, it kind of got some hype just for being that.
Ryan Reynolds was perfect.
Well,
Yeah, he was.
I'm really looking forward to what they're going to do with Deadpool 3.
And
Yeah.
Hugh Jackman's back, baby.
In the yellow and blue.
I saw that picture. I was like, for real? It actually looked cool. I thought they did a cool job with it.
Are they going to
Yeah.
actually bring all those like X-Men characters in those suits?
I'd be down for
Like,
it.
would like
I don't know who
Cyclops
else
have the
coming back.
blue, Storm
I'm
would have
trying
the
to stay away
white.
from news about it, to be
Uh,
honest.
I
Yeah,
hope the animated-
that's one thing that I kind of miss, having more surprises. Not to say that I'm mad at seeing some like an update here and there, but
Yeah.
we see so much that it's like, okay, can we save something from the movie?
Oh,
And when
Jennifer
you're on
Garner.
social media, it's hard to. Yeah, we heard Jennifer Garner's coming back.
That's
as
that
Elektra?
character from Daredevil.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool.
So, yeah, it's hard to avoid it on social media.
I didn't even know
Unfortunately.
if that's supposed to be a. I was just scrolling, YouTube, and it like a video or a picture of Wolverine in the blue and yellow was on the video, so I didn't know it was supposed to be a spoiler.
Well, no, not. I mean, it would be fun if they would. Well, I don't know. Maybe the picture was taken, by someone who's like lurking around the set. It would
Yeah.
just be cool to be watching it and the outfit, and it'd
That
be a
would be
total
cool.
surprise.
For sure. Yeah.
So, oh well. I'm with you, Shadow. I was never someone who thought that Affleck was the best Batman ever. I
I think
never
it was
really.
fine.
He was okay, but yeah, just that.
Yeah, he definitely had to grow on me.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't hate him. He convinced me marginally more than Robert Pattinson did, but I just never. Christian Bale is my Batman, so
Yeah, Christian.
it's just I don't know.
So the last one on the list is Suicide Squad, the first one.
Never saw it. I figured Vito made me not want to.
I enjoyed it when I was like on the big screen, but I also understand that looking back at it, it's kind of like a shrug. See, I can think about the second one more because there was a lot of more good execution with that one. Well, the first one's like, there was some good stuff about it, but nothing to really be like,
Was the
I
second
just-
one with James Gunn, dude? Or James
Yes.
The
Gunn?
second one was James Gunn.
Yes, and that was a fun movie.
Very.
Now I've heard about the Ayer cut, and I would kind of like to see that to see if that really improved the movie like the Snyder cut did with Justice League.
You mean of the first one?
Yeah,
Oh, Jared Leto as Joker is just.
he didn't do no. But just like in general, it wasn't just Jared that kind of made the movie meh to me. It was just the way it was edited together. It felt real it's like the editing feels off on this, and it just feels a bit convoluted. And it's not. You can tell instinctively when something just doesn't feel like it's flowing right, and that certainly was one of those movies, unfortunately.
Yeah, and I didn't enjoy the characterization as much, and I think as someone who was kind of being introduced to the idea of Suicide Squad, just what I expected to learn and how I expected to connect to, the characters and the story and how things would progress. It just didn't. Like, there were some fun moments. There were some moments that were, enjoyable, but just as a whole, I found myself like there was just some different dynamics I thought we were going to see with that, especially as the villains taking the center stage, and to me, it didn't amount to as much as it could have been.
Yeah.
Yeah, in a lot of ways.
Yeah, I agree. It just felt like something was missing.
Yeah.
It had some interesting concepts and some cool visuals.
Mhm.
Like my brother Tim pointed out, when she brought the Enchantress out and the hand came up on
Oh,
the
yes.
table. And that was real. That was a really, little moments like that were really cool,
I agree.
but not enough to save it, unfortunately,
Yeah, it could have been better.
for sure.
But that's pretty much it for the top growing films. I was going to go through the list, and apparently Kung Fu Panda 3 came out this year.
Yep.
Never saw it.
I never saw it. I lost interest at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really
And-
enjoyed the first one. For whatever reason, I missed 2 and 3. I got to go back, circle back.
Okay, Sin's favorite movie, 50 Shades of Black.
Oh, come on.
Well, that's the parody one. That's the Wayans Bros parody.
Hmm.
I never saw
Yeah,
it.
it's a parody of the 50 Shades movie, Arturo.
Okay.
And it's really a toss-up as far as
Whoa.
what Sin would
Wit.
enjoy more, because
It's a scary movie.
challenge. One's ridiculous, over-the-top parody comedy, and the other one's a bunch of other stuff that doesn't need
Yeah,
to be
yeah.
So this technically came out earlier, the previous year, but I guess it was fully released here. The Witch, A24.
Oh, yeah.
Is that the one with the goat at the end?
Yeah.
Yes.
I feel like I waited all movie for that goat, and it might have been worth it. That goat was pretty cool. Like,
I will give that movie credit. The acting was good, and the fact that they actually had to make those clothing from how it was back in the day, yeah. But it was
Hi, Josh.
it was all right.
I wasn't. I mean, I like the atmosphere of it, and the acting was really good. I hated the ending. So I don't know. That was
Then
another
there's-
A24. I think that was one. Wasn't that an A24? The
Yeah, it
Witch?
was.
Yeah.
Has anybody seen Race? It's supposed to be about that
Jesse
African
Owens.
Oh, the one with Christopher, what's his name in it?
Race.
Jess Owens,
I don't remember that one.
the gold medal Olympics in 1936 Berlin.
Oh, Jesse Owens.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay, about the
no.
Olympic race.
Oh, sorry. I'm thinking of Rush. That's a different movie.
That's what. Yeah, that's the one about the race car drivers. That's what I was
Yeah.
thinking too, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, what?
Oh.
No, have not seen that.
Oh, Doctor Strange came out this year. I like Doctor Strange. That was one of the better Marvel movies, I thought.
Yeah, it was enjoyable.
Eddie the Eagle also came out.
Oh gosh, Eddie the Eagle, you guys.
That was good.
Do you guys remember Eddie the Eagle? Not the movie, but the actual
Yep.
from the Olympics. Do you remember him?
No.
Yep.
Well, what is it?
I remember him.
What is it?
He was okay. So it was the '88 Olympics in Calgary, the Winter Olympics. That was when I started paying attention to the Olympics.
Okay.
And there was this ski jumper there, and he was awful. But he somehow made it to the Olympics. And he was a fan favorite because he just really would just what's the word? He would play up to the fans a lot, He would do terrible, but he would be so excited because maybe a jump that was terrible by the Olympic standards was one of his best.
Right.
His personal best. So they
That's-
made a movie about him.
Okay.
And it was a good movie. It was a good movie. Yeah, his story was absolutely crazy, but it's fun. And it has Hugh Jackman in it and Taron Egerton. That's his name, right? Is it?
Christopher
not
Walken's also
Taron,
in
Taron
there.
Egerton. Wait, he was in Eddie the
I
Eagle?
thought he was in
forgot.
there. I thought he was.
I
Christopher
forgot
Walken.
he was in. Okay, if he was, I completely forgot. Anyway, it's a fun movie. It's a fun, feel-good comedy movie. Definitely worth the watch.
London Has Fallen.
Oh yes, that was the second one.
Yeah, tell me how this one was, Sam, because I really enjoyed the first one, but again, this is one that I end up missing unintentionally.
So, she's being good right now. If you want to take her, that's fine. Sorry, we're talking about the little monster in the room, little Tifa. I enjoyed it. It didn't get the best ratings, I don't think, but I had fun with it.
Not quite as good as the first, or just about on the same
Probably
level?
not quite as, but it was still because by then you're used to the characters and the whole situation is like, oh, okay, he's under threat and he's got to save the day, that sort of. But I don't know. I thought it was enjoyable.
10 Cloverfield Lane.
Oh, that movie! I started watching it and I didn't finish. I knew I was forgetting something, y'all. I'm not done with it. So
Shame on you, Sam.
Oh my goodness, I'm so annoyed. I was thinking to myself, there's a movie I need to finish, but I know what it is. I want to watch Jason Bourne, and totally forgot about finishing 10 Cloverfield Lane. Doggone it. So no spoilers, y'all, because I'm not done. I'm enjoying it so far, but we'll see.
I think that's with Mary Elizabeth and John Goodman.
Yes.
Okay. I mean, I think I like those actors a lot. I think it's watchable because of them. I personally didn't really like the plot, but
really,
I feel like those actors carried the movie because they're really good. But I wasn't really a fan of the movie.
I'll try to remember to finish it tonight. Doggone it, because I've been watching Antlers because I got sidetracked by the movie poll, and Antlers won, so I started that, and then, oh my gosh, I'm so ADD when it comes to keeping track of this sort of stuff.
Hello.
Hey, Shauna.
Hey. That's one of
my.
I was thinking. Oh, you're streaming too! Yay! Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
What'd you say, Simon?
Did you ever finish Strange Days?
Uh-oh.
Do you know the running joke of this, D?
Yeah.
I probably don't.
So a couple years ago, he tells me about Strange Days, and I watched it, and it was really good. Have you seen it?
I need to watch it in its entirety because I remember it when I was younger, and it's like one of those things I always see and circle back to as I've gotten older. But I will say something that made me hesitant. It obviously deals with disturbing subject matter, which I accidentally caught one time. So I was like, so that kind of put me off. But I know that's a bigger part of the story, so I need to go back. But I love, Angela Bassett, and then
she was cool in there. I liked her.
Yeah, and that was kind of a different at that time specifically. That was kind of a different lane for her. And then I liked her and Ralph Fiennes together, so I have to now watch it as the emerging film critic that I am now.
Oh, there you go. And then maybe you'll do a review on it.
Sure. I'm telling you, I'm so overdue on doing flashback reviews.
Flashback reviews, yeah. And there's so much to choose from. Yeah. Never-ending supply. But the running joke about that is, so when I finished watching it, I told Simon that I had watched it and I enjoyed it. And then he asked me about it. He asked me about it again. I don't know, a couple weeks or a couple months later, on a live stream or something. I think it was a live stream. You asked me about it. I said, yes, I told you I watched it. so now it's like a running joke.
Okay.
I like the running joke with Colin being a serial killer.
Yeah, that's sort of thing.
Fun one. I don't like that running joke.
Oh, poor
Well,
Colin.
Simon started it. It's his fault.
I can't tell I think Simon is a little bit smoky because I think he's only said 4 words.
Yeah, he's been quiet today.
Oh,
you did say something about
high?
He said he was
and baked, and I'm just.
It hasn't stopped.
Yeah.
Well, I guess Wake and Bake is an hour ago. What time is it there?
No, I've been going for
all day.
All day, yeah.
Because it's 3 a.m. there.
Wait, going in what way?
He doesn't know what time.
I've been smoking weed all day.
Okay. You did say something about
here.
maybe showing up to the stream high. So
Oh,
yeah.
no.
The last time you were suspiciously silent too. So we might
Yeah,
have a fit
I
of
did go
giggles at
quiet.
some point.
Maybe. Who knows?
It's a good day. Look how happy he is.
I know.
Just quiet.
Woohoo!
I mean, Flash Suicide Squad wasn't the worst movie I've ever seen, and I'm sorry I'm really late getting to some of these comments. It just lacked something, and I just felt like it was a missed opportunity.
Yeah, and for me, it wasn't one of those. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Sam.
No, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, and for me, it wasn't one of those because and I get it, but people sometimes point to the whole, the war between Marvel and DC, and my issues with that and Batman vs Superman, it actually had nothing to do with that. I understand it's hard because that the success of Marvel is looming over as these other films are coming out. But no, like there was a specific, like when I saw the both trailers for Suicide Squad, like there was a certain anticipation and excitement I had for it just based off of that. And there were certain things I wanted to see as far as the characters and their powers, their abilities, what the villain was going to be, and all that kind of stuff. And I just think when it came down to it, it was not. I feel like just something about the vision of it wasn't cohesive, and then some of the dialogue and some of the choices they made were just like, eek. And then stuff like what they did with Slipknot, they made a big deal of the character only for them to like literally take him out the way they did. Yeah, it's just the choices. A lot of the decision making for me is the issue, and I would say like there were certain moments I thought like moments like where Enchantress showed each of them like what their desire was. Like when we see Harley in a normal life with the Joker and stuff like that, I thought ideas like that were cool because like that's not something we normally see. And then seeing them, like Diablo in the full scope of his powers, but other things in between were just weird. And then Enchantress slobbing down all these people to transform them into what my friend described as giant pieces of shit, like giant like feces head creatures. Like, yeah, it just was strange ideas that didn't quite come together for me.
Yeah.
Where'd Simon go?
I don't know. He might be having a fit of the giggles and just doesn't want us to hear it or something.
That would be weird.
Yeah, no, Leto was
it's in the chat.
Oh, what'd he say? Okay, hold on. Oh, okay, all right. He's going to try to sober up, I think. Leto was disappointing because I expected so much more of him. He was better in the Snyder cut. I felt like his Joker was a better portrayal. I think he was trying way too hard in Suicide Squad, and he seemed like he was so self-aware. I'm Jared Leto, and I'm doing this great performance, and it didn't work.
Yeah, it was too, and even it's hard because I don't want to say like there's room for interpretation as far as how we see Joker. Even if we look at Marvel and DC, we see there's like kind of the version of the characters that we're used to, and then there's like the ultimate. Like there are all these dimensions to how you can reinterpret the character. But to me, the route that they tried to kind of take with his look and his style and all that kind of stuff, for me, it just felt too. I don't know, like we're trying to really reinvent the wheel, and it's like maybe you should have gone for something that was a little bit more streamlined. You didn't have to have like purple suit Joker, but maybe you guys went too far over into like this music video hyper visual style with the character that didn't quite work for me.
Yeah, no, didn't work for me either. I tried to watch this, and I couldn't find where I could watch it. So I bypassed it for now, but it was on my list. Has anyone here seen this movie?
Shin Godzilla, I haven't seen.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately, no. I have to put on another one for the ever-growing watch list, of course.
Yes, I know. D, when are we going to do our... Oh, we got to do that stinking Army of Darkness one at some point.
I know. I know you're so excited, Sam.
I was going to bring up Hacksaw Ridge. Did you guys watch it? Have you said you've seen Hacksaw Ridge, or did you watch it?
I have not.
We didn't get a chance.
Yeah, that was on our list, but there was a lot we didn't get around to.
I wanted to see that, and I wanted to see Allied, but we did not get a chance to see those.
I think you should watch Hacksaw Ridge. Keep it on your list, I would say, because I think it's one of the top 5 war movies.
Well,
me
has
personally.
anyone seen Allied? I want to know if that's worth watching.
I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, I liked Allied as the what is it, kind of like mystery, intrigue, period piece, tete-a-tete, cat and mouse, like that aspect of it. I think works, and I think Marion Cotillard and Brad Pitt have some solid chemistry. But what they do in the end is probably my biggest issue, because to me, what they do is not necessarily true to what they establish in the story. And like I said, I won't get into it, but I have to see what you guys think once you watch it.
That's funny.
Okay.
You all good, Simon?
Has anyone seen The Lost
Yeah, I'm
City
good.
of Z? Has anyone seen The Lost City of Z? 'Cause
No,
I think that was
I haven't.
that's a worth a watch. That's kind of a hidden little gem. It's
What
another.
about?
That's
It's
the
another
one
movie
where
that,
that's based on a true story, right? The one where those guys went searching for this. Yeah.
yeah, City in the Jungle, like an ancient ruin, and it's one of the movies that won Robert Pattinson kind of won me over because I was like, hey,
Oh, he was in that?
Yeah, and he does a good job.
Okay.
Like it's when I started taking him seriously. I think when this movie.
Sorry, I'm okay, Colin. Poor Colin.
No.
You're like the butt of. No, I'm just laughing at these jokes about you.
I'm going to get coffee. I don't even have
How many
a
times he leaves to check on his victim in the basement? Yeah.
Hidden Figures was another one. Doggone it,
Oh,
Arturo.
man,
We didn't get
yeah.
around to that one.
Oh yeah, I really enjoyed Hidden Figures. There were a couple things that were, like those things. I don't know if we've talked about it, Sim, but like certain things that films will infuse into a story to make it more palatable or inspirational when it's not quite the truth of what happened.
Yeah.
So they did that in some ways, and that didn't quite ring. Like there were like a couple of like we're all in this together moments where I'm just like, and it's not to say that in history things like that didn't happen, and I appreciate those stories like being told, even in Selma, like there were things like that. But here, knowing what actually went down, it's like you guys were trying to create a feel-good moment, whereas you can tell the truth of what it was and it still be inspirational. But to me, it went against the idea of what made them Hidden Figures. So
I got you.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a shame, but hopefully we'll get better about that as a culture. I think in some ways we're getting better, but in some ways, some places like Florida, are embarrassingly bad. But I don't want to talk politics.
Yeah, let's definitely
Go in the
not do
corner, Colin.
Um,
Go in the corner. you
Another
serial
one we
killer.
didn't get around to, Arturo, was Arrival.
Oh,
you did.
I want to ask. You didn't watch.
No, sorry, we meant to.
Then look, we might have to add some. I don't know. I don't know. Wait, I don't know if that's
I've seen
breaking.
Arrival. I've seen
okay.
Arrival. See, look, I'm gonna talk you down. You were about ready to preach at me a little bit. I've seen it. Arturo hasn't seen it.
Okay.
And he was wanting to watch it, and that was actually the top one on our list.
Oh.
But I think the first one we watched, was a rewatch. It was Rogue One because I had just finished Andor.
But we watched Train to Busan.
He finally watched Train to Busan.
How was that?
I really liked it.
Have you guys seen
really
it?
Good.
No, I think I should watch it though.
Oh, dude.
It is a family experience. Nothing bad happens.
Yeah, sure.
Silent Voice came out. Yeah, I remember that movie. They actually had a deaf, like a deaf person actually doing the voice in that movie for the character that's also deaf.
Okay, interesting. Train to Busan.
I'm grounded.
Yeah. Train to Busan. He saw that, and oh shoot, there was something we were gonna watch and we didn't. We saw The Nice Guys.
Oh yeah, that was funny.
Oh, you did watch it? Cool. You like it?
That was actually funny. My mom seemed to enjoy that as well.
Yeah, and that's because it's also a family movie.
She was laughing. There were some pretty funny moments. Ryan Gosling was funny in there.
I liked how when he broke his hand and he screamed.
Yeah.
I like the bathroom scene.
Yeah. I love when he would say something really dumb and then like give a wink to Russell Crowe. Like he's like, yeah, I know what I said was really cool and smart.
Well, he kept saying and doing a lot of dumb stuff when he would be like drunk or something when he was swimming to go talk to. He said he had to go talk to the mermaids.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And at the end, the case where it's like he's like bumbling around and tripping and like dropping the case and stuff, and it was like a classic, like a comedy scene. I don't know how to say, like almost a goofball It just worked. I felt like it somehow worked, like this goofball actions. Like yeah, it was really. I don't know why I thought it wasn't the first time. I must have been in a tired mood, but it was a funny, good movie.
It was. The
One of the
first time
actors in
I
there-
saw it, it didn't really click with me. But I think because I was expecting it to be much more, and also I wasn't tuned in with the story.
Yeah.
So, but this time I was paying more attention.
One of the
to it.
actors in there is actually a voice actor that I've heard in some video games. You know what I'm talking about, Sin?
Which one?
It's one of the guys that worked for the baddie.
Oh, the guy you said you recognized his voice and you looked him up, and yeah, it was. I thought you looked him up and that was who you thought it was.
Mm-hmm.
Sashi, I'm not sure what movie you're talking about. The Chinese Propaganda Independence Day. I don't know.
Was this year too?
I don't know what that one is. Oh, was this when the Ghostbusters thing happened? Okay.
The girl one?
Oh,
I guess so.
I bet you were a huge fan, Sin. I can see it now.
I did not go. I didn't go see it at all.
sausage party! Oh,
And initially
that
it
is
looked a
another
little
family
funny-ish,
experience.
but I just lost interest in it, and I'm glad I didn't go see it. So
before I realized like when they were doing that sort of stuff, I was
sausage
like,
party.
No,
Oh.
the Ghostbusters. Like I was thinking on seeing it, but never did.
I forgot. I thought it was I think I saw it just because Kristen Wiig and Melissa McCarthy were in it, and then I was like, that was pretty funny, and it wasn't like memorably good.
Yeah.
I don't know why people got so upset. It's like it's just a movie. I didn't care about the political whatever. I was just like,
I don't know.
Melissa
I'm
McCarthy.
not. I feel like I think from what I understand, people didn't like how stupid they made Chris Hemsworth look because he was the guy. They made like the guy look like the idiot, and the girls were so smart, and that was just like another of those types of tones that get into, inserted into movies that people.
They did that in Barbie.
Can pick.
Yeah,
I heard about that,
and it worked. I loved it.
Yeah,
Barbie
I was like, yeah,
so
no, I'll pass. I knew it would piss me off, so no.
Oh,
Like
wow.
I heard the first
going
half
to.
of that movie is actually good. The second half is when it goes down with that. From what
No,
I
I
heard.
think the whole thing was good. The whole thing was awesome. The
It's
last
okay.
5 minutes.
It's okay. You can go rewatch it for me. I won't. I refuse.
What, Hell or High Water?
No.
No.
Barbie.
Barbie.
Oh.
I did see Hell or High Water. It's
Chris,
pretty-
I saw it it was like one of those things I had playing when I was working or something. Maybe back in my old office. I turned it on, and I remember it looked good, and I felt like it was good, but I didn't pay 100% attention to the story, and that was actually one of the movies that I put on my list as something that I wanted to watch, and we didn't get around to it. I only have like about 20 or 30 things on my list, y'all, and we couldn't get to all of them.
I did not realize that Resurgence was this year because oh my gosh, what
forgot about
a
That
wreck.
one. Oh yeah.
I
That's
wanted
okay. That's the one.
That was one of those where it's just like it was very out of body after a certain point because I'm like surely like no one was seriously looking at this script and these actors and really brought this together. And I understand it's always a tough sell to make a sequel to something that's as it has the status that Independence Day does
Right.
for its time because I love
Yeah.
Independence Day. But oh my gosh, like for me, as soon there's this scene where I think it's Liam Hemsworth's character. As soon as they break into like the alien base and he distracts the character by urinating while throwing him the middle finger, I was like, okay, all right,
Oh
I'm
my
out.
gosh.
I'm
Okay.
out.
Who played the son of Will
Wow.
Smith's character?
It was
The guy who plays the guy who's the speedy guy in The Boys.
Oh, that guy. Okay.
Yeah.
And the one who plays Shaft's son in
He
Shaft
played
also.
Chef's son. He also played in Smile.
Huh.
Who was he in Smile?
He was the boyfriend. of a
Oh, the
girl.
main character's boy. You know what? I almost completely forgot about that
It
part.
was
Yeah.
see, and I think I think I mentioned in my review for Smile that it was so hard for me to get back past him being that. Oh gosh, I don't even remember his character's name now in The
Right.
Boys. But it's like I only associate him with that character now, so it's really hard for me to see him in another role.
Yeah.
I need to go back and rewatch Shaft
Oh,
because
well,
Oh, you mean the 2019 Shaft?
yeah, the
Yes.
You know,
with
I never
Samuel
saw that.
Jackson.
I actually
the
heard.
second one.
Okay, so it's funny. The critics did not like that movie, but the people actually enjoyed it.
Yeah,
From
I
what
That was
I
a
actually
saw,
fun
like,
movie. I like that movie. I
I
thought it
did
was
too.
really
didn't the
good.
girl in there remind you of somebody?
I don't remember
The
who the girl
girlfriend
was.
of the son. I
I don't
remember like
remember
he
who she was.
reminded you of
Arturo.
somebody.
Oh
But I
gosh,
just remember that funny
because I
scene.
think I'm not a fan of hers.
Who was it? Do
I
we
think
not
it's
know?
Alexandria Ship, the newer Storm, the one who was in a lot of stuff, and she's not the greatest actress.
Oh, the Mohawk Storm.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, but well, this was
I didn't
2019,
even
so
remember. I didn't even
didn't her
remember.
acting improve?
Yeah, Phil. We talked about that
No.
quite a bit
I
earlier.
just remember the son, like he busts into the window and then he goes back, he swings backwards, and he says something kind of funny.
Hmm.
Do you
It
remember?
was no, not
Like
specifically. I just remember that I
way he
enjoyed it.
said. I just remembered it made you laugh.
Did you watch it with me,
Just
or
that,
did you just
just
step
that
in while I
part
was
where
watching
like they
it?
break in Samuel Jackson's dad, and then his son, and then his son like breaks in, but then swings backwards outside of the building.
Oh,
He's like,
did,
"What the?"
did you know? So Arturo, the guy who played his dad, he
It's
was
the real,
yeah, the
original.
original. Okay, I couldn't remember.
I
if
don't
I
think
had
I've
told
ever
you.
heard of Shaft until
Probably till the Samuel Jackson movie.
the 2019 one, actually.
I remember the
yeah, I
first
grew
I
up
was
one.
with the character from back then, so I might want to watch the Shaft movies
So
for the 2019 one.
the so they did the first one was a long time ago, like before Christian Bale was even Batman.
The 70s.
No, the first one was Samuel L. Jackson, and Christian Bale
See,
played
I
the
think it was
bad
a
guy in there.
2000 movie.
Yeah, and they went a long time between that one and the second one.
Yeah.
Wait, Shaft?
Yeah,
No, the Samuel Jackson one in the 90s or in the 2000, that was a remake of I think of the 70s movie.
yeah, I know, but that was like the first one with him in it. I think he's only been in two.
Yeah.
Oh,
it
isn't it
was-
supposed
One
to
in, like-
follow? Isn't it supposed to actually follow the same time?
I shouldn't have jumped in. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's all right. I think so. I don't remember. D, is he supposed? Okay, so his dad was in there. I'm assuming like his Shaft's dad was in there, but he was in there as an homage to the original Shaft. He wasn't like Samuel Jackson is supposed to be a remake of the original Shaft, right?
Technically, and then they
Okay.
they kind of then were like, okay, let's tie this all together with the 2019.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it was
Arturo,
more
it'd
so
be
like
worth
a kind of
watch.
a new kind of a I won't say reboot, but just kind of like in the same way that and it's different, but like kind of like how Zorro, but they had the old Zorro and then they had the new Zorro kind of taking on the mantle. In this case, with Shaft, it was kind of like, what would Shaft look like all these years later? Who would represent what Shaft is in the present day, which would have been 2000. So yeah, in a kind of taking it in a new direction, and then of course with the newest one, then they just kind of tied the whole legacy of Shaft together with the three.
Okay.
Anybody seen The Invitation?
You know what? I was thinking of the vampire film, but that's the recent ones. That's the wrong one.
No. This is This is the one. I think this is the one about this dinner party that people are invited to.
Oh, is that the one with the guy from Frasier? Is he in
It
there?
was creepy. I don't think I liked it.
I liked it. Let me see. I don't remember.
Maybe I might be thinking of the right.
Um,
2015.
Sashi mentioned your name.
which guy from? So it has Logan
okay.
Marshall Green.
Okay, that one was pretty good.
Yeah.
That's not the one I was
Yeah.
thinking of. Although it did
There's
have creepiness to it, although it wasn't the one I'm thinking of.
Yeah,
there's
I thought it was
another
interesting.
one. Yeah,
Yeah,
there's another
it's-
film. I don't know if is it David Hyde Pierce, but the guy who was in Frasier. There's a film that has the same vibe as this one. I have to go and look it up and see what that is, but no, it wasn't him.
Okay. I'm not sure what that one would be that you're.
Yeah, your name. Your
Yeah,
name.
yeah. Sashi, actually, a good friend of mine, Mike slash Did You Z That? He was going. I mean, he's still gonna do it, but he had it set up to where he was gonna have like a few of us watch the film and then do like I guess like a live collaboration or live conversation about it. So yeah, I'm very excited to see it though. Once he
Your name is really good.
Oh, you haven't seen it yet.
no, because I was purposely setting it aside for our
Okay.
conversation.
The animation, like even now, I mean, you look, it's still really good.
Mhm.
Nice.
When are you guys
pretty
gonna?
detail?
When are you guys gonna do that? Do you know?
I have to ask him because it's one of those things where because Mike does so much.
Oh,
I don't know how in the world he has the time to do what he does.
I don't either. I feel like I feel like I'm I feel like I'm still trying to make headway with the little bit that I have. So yeah, so
Sasha,
he's just getting swamped with what he has, but it should be coming up soon.
we did
Okay,
cool. mention something Asian representation. Train to
Shin
Busan.
Godzilla. Oh yeah, Train to Busan. Yes.
That made Sin cry.
Dude, look, that scene is sad, and everybody cries pretty much when they see that
except
scene.
for me.
You just sat there cold-hearted.
Yes, I did.
But
I have no soul anymore.
That was a really good movie.
I will say that acting scene was really good with the girl.
It was very good. That little girl, she was a very good actor. Have you seen that, Colin?
The Train to Busan?
Yeah.
No, I may watch it though, based on.
Oh, it's really good.
Yeah.
It'll probably make your mom cry.
Oh, La La Land.
La La Land was this year?
Eh.
I was waiting to talk about. That was not only my favorite movie of the year.
Oh man,
really?
I looked at that film for just a few minutes and I'm like, I'm bored.
I think it's probably my second favorite movie of the decade. It's up there for I love it so much. I own it. I've watched it a few times.
Have you memorized all the songs?
No.
Sing it. I want you to sing one song out of that movie.
Opening number's phenomenal when they're all dancing in their cars on the freeway. It's such great.
I will give you that.
Oh, that would give you road rage. You'd be like, get
I'll
off
give you the
the
beginning
road,
and the
you
ending.
big dope.
Yeah, you're not a fan, D?
I loved it.
Yeah, I'll give it the beginning and I'll give it the ending. But I want to allow Colin to fully enjoy his appreciation. So I will just simply say that it wasn't what I expected, and I'll just leave it at that.
Well, I know a lot of people don't like it. It doesn't take away from me. That's the case with a lot of stuff I like.
So when you say that a lot of people don't like it, Colin, is it just because see, I'm just have zero interest in it because it's a musical and it just looks so boring. I am not
I was bored
just
watching.
So is that why?
Cousins.
I don't know. I mean, I don't really like musicals, but everything has an exception, and this is one of those exceptions for me.
Okay.
And I already know what your exception is, Sin.
Ryan Gosling. Oh, my exception is The Sound of Music.
Yep.
Yep. Absolutely. I love that movie so much.
La La Land is kind of like has a lot of love for the city of LA, and like I lived in LA for a little bit and I loved it, so it feels like there's for me a personal connection to that too.
I don't know. It's extremely rare that a musical will work for me. And then you have on top of that Ryan Gosling. So it's just like
I think Ryan Gosling's probably my favorite.
I'll pass.
Okay, like he was good.
Even though he was good in The Nice Guys. Yes, he was.
Yeah, like he was good in
funny
that.
in there.
Mm-hmm.
There's points where he can be, pretty good. It just depends on the movie.
I forgot or didn't realize that he was like a Disney star when he was a kid.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's
Disney.
right.
Yeah, him, Justin Timberlake, and Christina Aguilera, maybe Britney Spears too.
I thought so.
Yeah,
when they had the new Mickey Mouse Club, which I was not
Something
old
like
enough to
that.
realize was a thing at the time.
Were you getting ready to say something, Simon?
What do you think of Rocky Horror?
I've never seen it.
That's a good one.
I've only seen bits and pieces of it.
Speaking of horror, Hush.
Oh, that was a good
Oh,
one.
that was this year.
Little Shop of Horrors?
Been too long.
That's the one with the plant. I'm not crazy
Audrey
about it.
too.
Oh yeah.
I saw the one with Rick Moranis, and I'm not a fan.
I mean, if
Green
you
Room.
would call, I don't know, you wouldn't call like the old Disney movies musicals, but a lot of times they have
A
almost
lot of
as
the
good a plot
cartoons, yeah.
as musicals. They're not like that far off from music, and I love those. I like that's what I was saying. That's my favorite part of like Aladdin and Lion King and Beauty and the Beast.
But
There's
it fits. It
Moana.
feels so. Like I get what you're saying, Colin, but it feels like it's more fitting in an animated
It
film.
works for the tone.
Because it works for the medium. Mhm.
Except
Yeah.
for Nightmare Before
I
Christmas.
get it. I get it.
So
Except for Nightmare Before Christmas.
I think generally, I think live action musicals, I the same way. The tone doesn't jive for me, but for some
Yeah,
reason, it can. Sometimes when it's real, when it embraces the fun of it and it doesn't take itself too serious. I think La La Land, it took itself a little bit seriously, but in a fun, romantic way. I don't know. That's how I interpret.
Green Room. Anybody seen Green Room?
Oh,
A24
yeah.
movie.
that was another one we watched was Green Room.
Probably one of the more like decent
Have it-
2024
so
movies.
nobody else
don't
has
think
seen that.
Who's in it?
Captain Jean-Luc Picard.
Yeah, and also
of
Anton
USS
Yelchin.
Enterprise.
Oh yeah, when they go to the music show and they get killed by the. There are some moments of graphic violence in there that still I think about. I'm like, ugh, you know,
It's a family movie. What are you talking about?
it was a decent horror flick. Some of the violence was.
See, like here was a red flag. As soon as you see SS symbols around, you
Like,
should
why don't
know
you
when to
just like
turn around,
right
get back in the
around
car, and drive
and
away.
leave? But they just went there anyway.
Yeah.
And a lot of people got killed.
It's
because of it.
sad to watch that movie though, because
Yeah,
this was
because
the
of
year
that
that
actor.
that freak accident killed him.
Ugh.
And it's so like on Father's Day, y'all. Of all, oh my gosh! And he was their only child,
Mhm.
and he was the whole reason that they defected and came to America.
Yeah.
because they didn't want to bring him up in communist Russia.
Man.
It's just and what a freak,
That was
ridiculous,
terrible. I
awful-
remember.
Oh my
The only
gosh.
reason I knew that happened was because I follow this. Like, does anybody ever heard of the website Behind the Voice Actors? Because apparently he did voices for a Studio Ghibli movie, and that they mentioned that he passed. That's how I found out,
Yeah, you came downstairs and told me.
and I told you about it. Yeah, I'm telling you, that year was just terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, the answer is yes to that question.
Yeah,
and,
it was,
and I really enjoyed that one.
Yes, D has a story to tell about that
Wait,
one.
Split? I thought that was 2017.
No, I think it was listed here as a 2016.
Are
Let me
you
see.
sure? Because I thought I remember it coming out in 2017.
Go. Yeah. Well. Go, okay. So here's the thing, Chris. It's not necessarily okay. So this is weird. So we watched the Spanish language movie Contratiempo yesterday. That also shows up as a 2017 movie, but it also shows up as a 2016 movie.
I'm going with the initial release.
It
A
has to
number of
do.
movies get 2 years. Yeah.
Yeah. So like, what was that movie? There was the Black Phone came out last year in theaters, but because it had released like at Fear Fest the year before, it's listed as a 2021 movie.
Right.
So
Whether it's a limited, an earlier limited release or an international thing, a number of movies will have a year, 2 of the same next to each other. Years.
oh yeah, Glass was out this year, wasn't it?
No,
Glass took me
was
down.
It was the Shyamalan.
No, Glass came out in 2019.
Was it 2019?
Yes.
Oh yeah, it wasn't this year. I think he
Okay,
was just saying, just in general, that it was a letdown.
Oh, was it? Yeah, was it really? You felt like it was a letdown?
I mean, out of like every recent his
Shyamalan?
movies, like Unbreakable, Split, and Glass, like a good MCU like universe.
I didn't feel like it was as good as Unbreakable or Split, but I didn't hate it outright.
I just like that the characters, like this whole thing came together at the end.
like the trilogy. Yeah.
That's what they did with, like, I even mentioned it in one of my video game reviews, Fatal Frame. Like 1, 2, 3. 3 was like Glass. It just came together.
I never saw
Sully. I didn't see Sully either.
Elvis and Nixon.
I didn't see that either.
Didn't see that. Did anyone see Deepwater Horizon with Mark Wahlberg?
No, but I have it on my list.
That's a good one. I enjoy it. I enjoy it as kind of like a disaster movie where it's just kind of a fast one thing.
Oh, I know which one.
The oil rig, right?
Yeah.
Is that what it was? Yeah.
And
I heard it's a good movie.
Oil rigs are just kind of fascinating places that I never really see anything about. So it was just a fun. It's worth a watch. I think it's pretty good.
Oh, X-Men Apocalypse came out.
Yeah.
You know what? Out of all the X-Men, that one was actually my least favorite.
Yeah, it's when like Kid Me would be it's like sacrilege what they did to the X-Men on the cinema. It's just I'm hoping Marvel actually improves like how much they butchered all those movies. I thought.
I mean, First Class was good, and then Days of Future Past was also really good, but the Apocalypse, I don't know. Just I'm sitting there like, they screwed up the time. Like they like characters that should be like in their 40s by now.
Yeah,
like
the time was off.
Unless
The
you
only
could
good
think
thing
about
about that movie to me was the scenes with Quicksilver when they would show him doing his thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
When they did the slow-mo sequence, was that in that?
Yes.
No, that was in Days of Future Past.
I thought he was in Apocalypse.
Yeah, they
He's
did a
in
second one.
Apocalypse, but that whole slow motion thing in the Pentagon, that was in Days of Future Past.
Oh, I'm
the better
sorry,
one.
Levi.
Yeah, they also did one where he rescues all the kids from the mansion in the second one. In Apocalypse.
Yeah, that was in Apocalypse. Yeah, I like that scene. You were going to say some stuff about Apocalypse D. I can tell the love that you have for it is just seeping through.
Absolutely. So it's one of those things. I can't remember if we talked about this before. And now this probably doesn't count. This probably doesn't extend the same way to you for the Terminator franchise. Then it was one of those things where, because I have such an appreciation for X-Men in general, the animated series when I was young, really enjoyed the first two, specifically the second film, especially. First Class, Days of Future Past, I've enjoyed a lot of what they've done. And because I enjoy the universe so much, I at least enjoy on a basic level all the films, even though they have gotten worse and worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. So with Apocalypse, it was one of those where it's like, I know this is in no way going to be an accurate representation of Apocalypse as a villain, as a character, all his dimension. No. The one thing I will give it though, because I do like besides the Quicksilver stuff and some of the other some other scenes, I really like the Auschwitz scene with Magneto and Apocalypse. To me, if they could have leaned into moments like that, where he basically uses Magneto's pain and his torment and his imagery and how they can reshape the world so that he doesn't have to feel like, moments like that is when I was like, I see the vision, it's there. But then the rest of it was just like a hodgepodge of dumb stuff. So that's the sad part.
And I thought the casting that they did for Jean Grey was terrible. She was awful for that role. Absolutely not a good fit.
Yeah.
You know what I've realized, and this coincides with how we feel about another Terminator movie. But I'm like, maybe Game of Thrones casting with some of these franchises isn't the way to go. Oh my gosh, that's right. Yeah, because she wasn't a great Jean Grey. What's her name? Amelia Clark was not a great Sarah Connor. Just keep them away.
No, just don't. There are certain roles that they are not suited for, and those were them.
Yeah.
Just because she has red hair doesn't make her a good Jean Grey.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's such a lazy. Like, oh, she's a part of this big, massively popular series, and she has red hair. Let's go. I'm like, you got to be smarter than that.
Exactly. Oh my goodness, Levi, are you just determined to?
So when I was a kid, like, it was really formative for me because we were just talking about X-Men Apocalypse. I collected all these comics. It was 1995, so I was 10 years old. It was the X-Men Age of Apocalypse, where it's like this alternate world where Xavier got killed right before he formed the X-Men. So instead, Apocalypse takes over the world, and then Magneto runs the X-Men, and the world in the present day it's all fucked up. Like America's a wasteland. Humans are genocide. Like Apocalypse is committing genocide upon humans, and he rules America with an iron fist. And the X-Men are these like underground street fighters, almost like some of the good guys are bad, the bad guys are good. And it's really dark and it's really violent and it's really cool. And I read that when I was 10, and it kind of like set the bar for comic books, what they could be to me, that I feel like has rarely been matched since then. It almost made the bar way too high for me at a young age, where like I see all these other movies and stuff, and I'm like, it's not. It could be so much cooler, and I feel like the X-Men Apocalypse movie, it really drives it home to me. Where like as a kid, I would have been so stoked to hear, and as an adult, it's like, oh, they don't get it. Like,
Yeah.
It, almost like a mini, like an R-rated mini series of like some kind of Dark World X-Men, Days of the Future Past or something, where they really do it right. Like a Dark Knight or Deadpool, and like that would be fucking sweet. But I just feel like they always kind of cheapen it, and it's never really hits me. I don't know, like that did in a way. So that was for me a real formative, and not only against X-Men and superheroes, kind of against a lot of entertainment. I just feel kind of fall short of the X-Men Age of Apocalypse. It's such an awesome story.
Yeah, and I think Logan is the only one that's kind of come close to at least having a different kind of tone and vibe and vision with the R-rated vibe and the violence and Logan aging and the X-Men being eliminated. Like that's the only thing that's kind of been distinctive. There were some issues I had with that, but definitely compared to what we see with a lot of the X-Men films, that at least was trying to do something different. And I do appreciate like a lot of what they did with Logan.
Yeah, that was definitely a good movie. There was one movie that's been mentioned in the comments that I wanted to mention, and it was on my list, and we never got around to it, and that was The Accountant with Ben Affleck.
Yeah.
Oh, I missed that one too. Yeah.
That was actually that was a good film. And it's been so long since I've seen it. I think I watched it back in like 2016, 2017. I was at my brother's house over in California. And I remember, we watched it twice. Because we watched it, and then we watched it with a friend. Introduced her to it, and it was a really good film. And someone else mentioned, no, we have not talked about this yet.
Never saw that one either.
Mm-mm.
Didn't it star like his two daughters or something, or like the two
not
really deaf or something? Two like teenage girls were that. I know one of his movies had like two teenage chicks for the leads.
Oh, it's not coming up in the. Well, when I did a search for it on the listing of American films, it's not coming up, so I don't know anything about it.
Hoser. Have you watched any more Fargo? Have you started season 2 of Fargo?
No, we haven't, but we
That's
will.
too much to watch. I understand.
It was a lot. We were trying to watch all this stuff, and we didn't watch nearly as much as we wanted to. This feels like it always happens. We have these great high expectations of what we're going to see, and it doesn't happen.
Well, I know you will watch it, so I would say watch some of those movies first. Like
we definitely will, and that was one of the reasons why we just
Oh, that movie.
Yeah, I haven't seen that. I think we've got it in our Voodoo, but I haven't seen it.
It's not great. It could have been
like kind of meh.
But it's enjoyable. I mean, I enjoy it as much as I enjoy like a Marvel movie. Like not a great Marvel movie, but a decent one.
just a meh Marvel movie.
It's got some cool action moments and
Me Before You.
Pedro's in it. The Mandalorian's in it.
Wait.
It's just got some
cool.
Pedro
who? Pedro Pascal is in it?
Yeah, Pedro Pascal, and it's just got some cool action, some cool imagery. Land like outside big landscape shots. I mean, it's not great, but sometimes it's not like a movie tries to be great and it's not, and it's like, well, it's terrible. It's like, no, it's still like a 6. It's like, it's still decent. Like, that's how I think of The Great Wall. I remember watching it, and I watched it twice because Zhang Yimou is such an awesome director. I think he made Hero, House of Flying Daggers, Curse of the Golden
Oh, okay. I didn't
so
realize that was made by him. All right.
Great Wall. I think he kind of sold out and just did a studio film. He's kind of like, yeah, I'll just do whatever you want.
Which is part of my issue and part of why I chose not to see it. Plus the fact that it was Matt Damon. I'm like, this is just a bad combination for me. So I just left it alone.
It feels
you're
like
not a Matt Damon fan? Are you not
It's one
into
of
Matt
those things
Damon?
where I was earlier on, and as the years have gone on, it's just it's not quite the same. And then he has one of those things that you love, Sin, where actors just talk too much and then
Yeah,
they say stuff, and it's
too
like,
mouthy.
oh, okay,
Yeah,
so I'm really this really isn't working for me.
I mean, I like him
yeah,
in the Jason Bourne series.
yeah. We
Speaking of,
watched
we
we
watched the
speaking of
fourth
Matt Damon.
slash
Yeah,
last one.
we watched Jason Bourne, which was technically the fifth Bourne movie, and
Well,
the fourth with him in it.
yeah.
And it was okay. It felt like it was following a very similar formula to the first two. And it just felt like, I think it was directed by the same guy too, but it just felt meh
It
compared to
was.
the first two.
Yeah, and I couldn't even really put my finger on it, but it just was something kind of empty. And like when like when you're really invested in the film versus when you're kind of disconnected and as you're kind of
Yeah.
going through the motions. It was
Yep.
more so like going through the motions. I was like, all right.
Yeah, it felt like there wasn't much character development stuff going on. I mean, I guess you could argue, well, that all happened in the earlier films, but it just felt like it was just one long movie, one long chase movie. They're in the crowds and the people are following them, and then the surveillance, and then the people talking to the people in the surveillance, and then the shooting, and then the
Yeah,
filming,
like
and there's more.
it's been
It's
there,
just like it
done
was
that.
one constant long chase, and
Yeah, like
I don't
been
know,
there,
it
done
just
that. And
yeah.
but the thing I can like about the movie is that it shows some backstory of him and his dad and all that stuff that happened but prior to the first movie.
Yeah, but
Um,
it felt like that sort of thing came a bit late. We're 4 movies
yeah.
in with him, and he has had no memory of his father until this point, or what? I don't know. Just they never even touched on
Well,
that.
didn't he have no,
He did have amnesia,
amnesia? Yeah.
but it just felt, oh, how timely. By the fourth movie, now he's going to remember bits and pieces of his. I don't know.
I think I like the first three better.
I think I like the Jeremy Renner movie better than this one.
Mm.
Oh, I still have to see that one.
I mean, it's not great, but
But
I don't know.
it's
I think
entertaining.
For all the reasons you're saying, I assumed all that would be true. Sounds like it was.
What about
I didn't
has anyone seen the second Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows?
I think I did. I think I liked it because that was the cartoon with Bebop and Rocksteady and Bebop. I think I did
don't
see it
know.
and like it for like a kids movie that I don't know. Not that I would watch it again.
This
Just
is
that
live action.
it was
Is
live.
this the one with Megan Fox in it, or was that
Yeah.
a different one?
Oh, that's with Bill Arnett and Megan Fox. No, you know what? I actually don't remember. I saw it and I feel like it wasn't that good if I'm remembering correctly. Like it was a disappointment. Will Arnett should have been funnier. Maybe I'm forgetting. Maybe I'm just too high. I don't know.
Are you high? Are you high too?
Yeah.
Do we have two of y'all in the group? Okay.
I just
Um,
ramble even when I'm high.
The Conjuring 2.
I haven't seen 13 Hours. I don't know about the rest. Have not yet. Okay.
Conjuring 2.
The second one. Okay. I enjoyed that movie. I thought it was
Yeah.
pretty good.
Set in Britain this time.
Yeah.
And that little actress.
She was really good. I was impressed with her performance.
Oh, a movie I want to see. Well, I would watch it. I missed it. I wonder if you guys saw The Founder with Michael Keaton.
We have it on the list and I didn't watch it. I heard it was good.
Yeah,
but
I kind of want to see it. I skipped it.
Yeah.
It looks pretty good.
I'm not sure what movie you're referring to.
The Founder with.
No, I'm
Oh, no.
talking. I'm sorry. I was responding to Shadow. I think he told me. I think he told me in one of the last streams that his name was Carl, but I'm just instinctively
I don't remember John Cusack.
will refer to
Roman and
you by your username, and I'm not sure what movie you're referring to. Let me see if. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. As a Roman in China.
Has anyone seen Raw? I haven't seen Raw. I heard about it. Well, I wanted to bring up Kubo, actually. Kubo is really good.
We had it on our list, and that was another one we didn't watch. I heard it was really good.
Yeah.
The animation kind of was a turnoff for me, which is why I never was interested to watch it, but I have heard that it's a very good movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, two of my friends, when we were having one of our movie nights, I think we watched it in 2019. But yeah, like we had that on our list for ones we needed to watch, and I really, really enjoyed it. I liked the You know, I like the animation, like the story. A couple of things I wanted it to kind of like go a little bit deeper and be longer than what it was, but like it was definitely more than what I expected. I remember when it was being marketed, I was kind of like, but it definitely gave me a lot more than I would have expected. I think it was a pretty solid film.
Yeah, above average, I would say. I kind of want to rewatch it again as I've forgotten a bit. I can't believe this is 7 years ago now, like 2016.
No, my gosh, y'all. It's hard to believe. It feels like a whole lifetime ago, practically. Another movie I wanted to mention, well, I've got like a whole list of movies here, y'all, was Lights Out.
Oh yeah, that was good.
Nobody?
Oh, the Stephen Lang horror movie?
Well, it was a horror movie, but I don't remember who directed it.
No, Stephen Lang, the actor, was in Avatar. I don't know. I think we talked about that one before. I don't know.
I think we did. It was it had originally been a short, and then they made a feature-length film with Maria Bello or whatever her name is, and Teresa Palmer, and I can't remember who else. Anyway, the latest movie, The Boogeyman, that came out, the Stephen King story or whatever, that reminded me a lot of Lights Out, but I felt like Lights Out did a better job with the story. Anyway, it was an interesting premise, and I thought it was done very well.
Oh, you know what's in a movie I saw on Netflix that I just saw came out this year? The Bad Batch. Did anyone see The Bad Batch?
I saw that.
What did you think?
Jason Momoa. I saw it once while I was working, but I paid enough attention to be in tune a bit with the story. It was different.
It was weird, but I liked it.
I feel the same way. It was
different in a way that made me want to watch the whole movie.
Yeah, exactly.
Not that I would know. I would probably watch it again. Not that it was great, but yeah, it was kind of unique and had this whole, different. Like it was cool. It was like a post-apocalyptic thing, and they're all like working out. They're all super ripped somehow. Like there's
it's amazing.
No food, but everyone's like 300.
How in the world did they get all that protein?
Right.
To build those muscles.
Well, they do eat people, you know.
Oh,
they're pretty violent, but it still seems weird. It still seems weird. Like it was just a crazy movie, but that was a crazy movie. It's on Netflix. The Bad Batch. Had some gross scenes. Yeah, it was violent stuff.
That actress in Lights Out was in Hacksaw Ridge.
She was also in oh my gosh,
I Am Number 4.
Yes, that was the first time I noticed her.
She was in that Disney movie too, the Wizard one from 2010.
Oh, is it Oz the Great and Powerful?
Nicolas Cage was in it.
Oh, something else.
Oh, the sorcerer thing. Right?
Oh, the Sorcerer's Apprentice?
That was it. Oh, I forgot that was.
Oh, this was the same girl. Okay, she's the same girl that played in The Grudge 2 and that Shia LaBeouf movie.
Okay.
Yeah, I know her face. Mm.
Has anyone seen Hunt for the Wilder People?
Mm-mm. I haven't.
I have not.
It's a Taika Waititi movie. Taika Waititi, the New Zealand dude. I think it's really good. It's a feel good movie. It's like, I think it takes place in New Zealand. It's about basically this kid. I think he's orphaned and he goes to live with this dude. Sam Neill plays the dude who's kind of the classic kind of like gruff loner type. And he's like, I don't want this kid, but like he's like has to take the kid for some reason for a while. And then they just end up like getting along and going out and like in the wilderness. And it's like there's funny stuff. It's kind of sweet. And my mom loved it. It's one of my mom's favorite movies. And it's really good. Taika, if you've seen any Taika Waititi movies, he has like a kind of quirky sweetness to a lot of his movies. And I think this is one of his better movies, I think.
This was the 2016. For some reason, it's not coming up in this list. Hold on. You said it's called Hunt for the Wilder People?
Yeah. Hunt for the Wilder People. With Sam Neill's the star and Taika Waititi.
Okay. It's an adventure comedy drama film?
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
I think it's good. I don't know if it's on streaming. Probably is. It is sometimes, at least. Yeah.
Has anyone seen Warcraft?
Didn't see Warcraft.
No, I have not.
Wasn't like a big Warcraft fan, really.
It's directed by David Bowie's son.
Oh, really?
Really?
Did he also do Moon?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
I didn't realize he
was
did.
Sam Rockwell?
Mm-hmm.
David Bowie's son directed that movie.
Yeah.
That
I
made
had
me
no
want to see it
idea.
a little bit more.
I did not know he was a
Moon was
movie
so
director.
creative.
Then
Oh,
there's
interesting.
Now You See Me Too.
Oh yes, I saw that one on the big screen.
I don't know the beef guy or Damien Thorne.
Yeah.
Oh, The Shallows.
Yeah, I had that on the list, Artur, but you said
Oh,
you had seen it
we've
already,
seen that
so
one,
I
yeah.
never, we never rewatched it. That had, oh gosh,
That had Ryan Reynolds' wife.
Ryan Reynolds' wife. Can't remember her name now.
She was pregnant too during that.
Blake Lively.
Yes, yeah, that was a fun film. I mean, pretty simple plot. A shark is terrorizing her. That's basically what it is.
Jaws' uncle.
Oh, and then we had briefly touched on this Contratiempo, the Invisible Guest, the Spanish language
Yeah.
movie. And so when they remade that, they made it into an Indian language movie, and like I had mentioned to you, they flipped the genders of the main characters, and that was the first version of this that I watched. So that's 2019. So Arturo, when 2019 comes around, you can watch that and kind of compare, because you had a completely different experience with this movie than I did. You watched the original, now you're going to see the remake. I saw the remake first and then watched the original.
Actually, what I'm looking more forward to is watching The Death of Stalin.
That's next year, right? 2017.
Mm-hmm. Then there's The Legend of
that's
Tarzan.
right. I forgot he was in that movie. I forgot. Sorry.
Anybody seen Legend of Tarzan?
No, I did
I
not.
didn't see it.
No,
I saw it and wish I hadn't.
Really? Yeah, it didn't look interesting, D. That actor doesn't really do much at all for me, and it just didn't look interesting.
The Purge election year.
I was wanting to ask D, like, what was it about Tarzan that made it suck?
I feel like, and granted, I'm not saying Disney is necessarily the barometer, because what's the word? Because live action is not going to have the same kind of flair as anything animated. But when I think about because Tarzan, those stories and those films, those have been around for years, old Hollywood and all that. So there are lots of different directions you can take with that. But for me, as someone who enjoyed the Disney version of Tarzan, I just felt like there were a lot of layers to that story and the way it was told. I felt, in comparison, as stacked as the cast was and as interesting as it could have been, it was a bore. Like it was sluggish. It was obnoxious. Was like, I found myself honestly struggling to stay awake. And I've said plenty of times, if I can't stay awake, this is coming from someone who's watched
I know.
like 6-hour miniseries from beginning to end. Like, no, then it's bad. It's terrible. So yeah, and then they had scenes where I think they had a scene where they had Samuel L. Jackson's character trying to swing on vines or to get away from a train or something like that. I was like,
gosh,
get this away from me.
That sounds like that scene from Indiana Jones and the Crystal
It does.
Skull.
And I think it was just as cringy as that. So yeah, it just was a mess. And I just feel like at this point, like, leave Tarzan alone. We've seen enough adaptations. Move on to the next project.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm glad I didn't take the time to watch it.
The Purge election year.
Yeah, you had mentioned that.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't
I
remember.
saw it.
Gosh, I don't remember much of. Did I see that movie? I don't
Yeah,
even
you did.
remember. Okay.
Yeah, you did. I remember you liked when one of the crazy chicks in there got killed.
Okay.
Like she got ran over by a car.
Chris, the answer is no, but that would have made it significantly better. At least there would have been something to distract me.
He's not interested if not.
No.
That's
Sorry.
funny. That's funny. Has anyone seen Criminal?
I don't think so.
This has Kevin Costner and Ryan Reynolds and Gal Gadot in it.
No.
And I
I'm not
actually
saying this.
I enjoyed it. I don't honestly I couldn't tell you what the ratings are, but I saw it just I was interested because it had Gal Gadot in it and Ryan Reynolds. I'm like, okay, so
Yeah.
it's basically about so his consciousness gets put into the body of a criminal played by Kevin Costner. Because
Okay.
like he dies or something happens to him, and so they transplant his mind or something into him. And Gal Gadot was Ryan Reynolds' wife. So anyway, I thought it was interesting and I enjoyed it. Oh, you got another one of your channel peeps here.
Oh, hey, cousin B, what's going on? Yes,
What'd
we
you
are just discussing various films from 2016. I'm telling you, I got to get used to this because I'm not used to people popping in.
I'm letting you kind of like dip your toe into the live streaming waters here.
Just
Yeah,
come and
yes.
come.
A bad movie from this year, but my dad loves bad movies, so I remember I got it for him for his birthday, and we watched it. It's called Gods of Egypt. So I
Ooh.
doubt
Oh, was
anyone
that
can see it.
Christian Bale?
No,
that-
I don't.
No?
I think
Oh wait.
Gerard Butler and Jamie from Game of Thrones is in it. Oh, and Chadwick Boseman is in it, which I forgot. I don't think.
Oh.
Yeah, he was in that too. Sadly for him.
So wait,
Oh, okay.
wait. Does that
Must
mean
be
your
terrible.
dad?
Of Metascore, but I feel like I was able to enjoy it with my dad just purely based on interesting looking imagery. Just
No, I was gonna say I totally get that, and then like sometimes you can have the so bad, so bad it's good, or you just can enjoy it in spite of that.
Oh, wait.
I've actually said that to Sin,
Yeah.
and at least in reviews, that I can take a film that at least commits to being bad and almost can be entertaining in its bad, and how it commits to being bad versus something that
Right.
wastes its potential and is more, can do more with its premise. So yeah, no, I get it.
That might have been it because I went into it being like, I know this movie's gonna be bad, and so I did
Right.
try to judge it very harsh. And I was like, I actually kind of enjoyed watching it way more than I thought I would.
So wait, does your dad like The Room?
The Room.
Oh,
My dad probably doesn't keep up. He doesn't know anything that's not a big release.
I did not hit her. It's not true.
You must introduce him to it. Then he might love it. That movie is just tell him this is like one of the most notoriously
Corey
bad
Michael-
movies.
Corey Michael's movie, and I watched
No.
a YouTuber called what's his name?
No,
The Nostalgia Critic. Has anybody heard of him?
I know what you're talking about.
Sounds
The Room.
familiar.
Okay, we watched him talk about The Room. Was like, yeah. Like,
Oh, that guy.
where
He's
was
the guy
dope?
that he's the guy that you guys were watching a review that he did of Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Yeah.
Where I was putting
the
the air
way he-
conditioner in.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. He did it one for The Room, and we're like, where was this plot going? It's all of this affair, but then them playing ball at one point, and of course his acting was terrible. I did not hit her. It's like reading a script, I did not hit her. It isn't true. It's bullshit. I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark. Haha, what a story, Mark.
Okay. So has anybody? Okay. D and Simon, have you guys seen The Room?
I have not.
I haven't seen The Room, but I've seen The Disaster Artist. So I've seen
Okay.
the making of The Room, and I've kind
The
of
making
seen
of?
The Room without seeing The Room. So yeah,
And
so
they
I
had
at
a
least know more than I would have without seeing that film. But it definitely made me want to go and watch the actual film because that was pretty solid. Oh,
But-
of course. There's so much to say, L.
Well, I mean, like the thing about The Room is,
A bust.
the plot just doesn't make a lot of sense. You have this girl that's with the guy, but then she cheats on him, but then they still hang out and mess around. And then
No, it
and-
didn't. We just got sidetracked. How did we get sidetracked on the? Oh, we got sidetracked on The Room.
because Colin was talking about how his dad likes bad movies.
So
I'm like,
Arturo
"Whoa, did you-"
sidetracked us because he mentioned The Room.
Okay, well,
that Colin
we can
should
get back
show-
to. Yeah,
I'm
you're
just teasing.
tearing me apart.
tearing me
You're
apart.
tearing me apart, Lisa.
Oh my gosh, I have no desire to watch that movie, but I am kind of interested to see The Disaster Artist.
The Star Trek Beyond.
Oh, that was the last. That was also the third one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's Batman: The Killing Joke.
I didn't like that one. I wasn't
I've
crazy
I've
about that.
heard a lot of mixed stuff about that. I don't know if it's any better in the actual graphic novel or comic, but it seems like a lot of people like the actual film. I remember hearing a lot of mixed stuff, and people weren't really vibing with it.
Yeah, it just didn't. I was not crazy about that one at all. Um, and I can't remember exactly
Wasn't
why.
it like the ending was
The ending, I
weird?
remember that I didn't like the ending, especially when Batman started laughing. I'm like, that's stupid. That wasn't even funny. Why are you even laughing? I don't know. I just didn't like it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mask of the Phantasm is still my all-time, one of my
Uh,
all-times. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, and I think for it to be, what is it, like 90, probably like 93, and as young as I was watching it, I feel like it has so much. I mean, not. I mean, it has a lot of layers as far as the story and Batman's origin and the villain and all that, but it actually feels so like grounded and intense, and like it's crazy how you can have these films that are animated and they do certain things that live action can't, and
yeah,
it's so solid.
yeah.
Then apparently there was also an Ice Age movie, Collision Course, which I've not seen.
I don't think we watched that, did we?
No,
Yeah,
I
we
didn't
talked
know.
about Moana. That was a very good. That was a very
Yes,
good
it
movie,
was.
for sure.
Oh, War
Mask.
Dogs
Oh
came out.
wow, Mask of the Phantasm is going to be re-released in 4K.
Oh, you know what? I feel like I just saw, I don't know if that was today or yesterday. I just saw something about that. See, I haven't made the 4K leap yet,
Me
but
either.
yeah, so I don't know, maybe one day, but not right now. But yeah, but it definitely deserves it. 'Cause yeah, Mask of the Phantasm is like it's one of those that was part of the early D movie man experience. So yeah, I love it, and not even just that. It really is like a quality film, even outside of
Yeah,
that.
it is. It is very good. That's why I figured you would like that little video clip that I sent you when Kevin Conroy was talking about the emotional experience for him that he tapped into when he was recording some lines for that, the scene where he was at the graveyard.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, his real life story was pretty doggone sad.
Yeah.
So
Um, Don't Breathe.
yes, we watched that. There was some commentary going on about that in the chat for a little bit.
That one was pretty good. I think
Yeah.
the disgusting part was when she shoved that thing in his mouth.
Oh, that was
It had,
gross.
yeah,
That was
that was
nasty.
gross. Gross,
I
gross.
haven't
But
seen the second one. I have no desire to see the second one.
I mean, you kind of think that what they're doing is not good, but then you find out this veteran is cuckoo,
Well, yeah.
cuckoo.
Um, have you seen that, D? Don't breathe.
Oh, you know what? I actually didn't. But I remember hearing because I know it's another one where I ended up missing it. This is before like I said, every time I remember the years before I got like my car and got into the swing of theater going consistently.
Mm.
There's a lot of stuff that got missed in the before that point. But I remember it looked really really intriguing. But then it was weird because I saw where people were saying the second one like almost completely undoes that. They change the complete
Yes.
essence of what the character is, which I think is
Yeah.
bizarre.
Yeah. And I don't. It was not met. It did not get a warm reception, from what I
Yeah.
can remember. So, yeah. Oh, another one we watched was The Girl on the Train.
Oh yeah, Emily Blunt and what's her name from the Mission Impossible?
Rebecca Ferguson. I had totally forgotten that she was in there.
Yeah.
And who was the one who played who was the one who played the husband of the girl that
Luke
died?
Luke Evans.
That guy. Yeah, I had totally forgotten he was in there too. But
Hmm.
I had listened to the book and I loved the book.
Yes,
And
I
then
actually I read that one physically. Yeah.
it was so good, wasn't it? But
So good.
that one took place in England.
Yeah, it did. The with the
And
flats and everything.
yeah, exactly. Oh, I really loved it. And I thought that the movie was a good adaptation it does not have the best reviews, and maybe part of it is because the narrative feels a little bit choppy and disjointed because they
At
go and
some
they show a
points,
lot of
yeah.
flashbacky. And so somebody who's not familiar with the actual story might feel a little bit discombobulated, like what's going on, and I don't understand, and but I enjoyed
Well,
both of them.
what makes it weird? So it's set in America, yet Emily Blunt speaking British.
She plays a Brit, but it takes place in America. So why didn't you just
And I
why
think
didn't
the
you make
actress
it take
that
place over there in the UK,
Yeah.
which is where it originally took place? In?
I think the actress that was in Mission Impossible, I think was she speaking American or British?
She was speaking with an American accent.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just
Well,
kind of I'm coming out of Sicario.
when
She's
she
like
was
that cool
she was a
FBI agent,
badass, and in this
and
one she
now
was an
you see
alcoholic.
her as like this very broken-hearted, drunk
Yeah,
I
alcoholic.
really
that's
like
just-
Emily Blunt.
I do too.
Mhm.
I like
Yeah.
her a lot. She's
I'm a
definitely
fan.
grown on me over the years, for sure.
What
Yeah.
was where was she a little disconnected for you before?
I never really disconnected, but she was just like, oh, she's just there. And I
Right.
used to get her mixed up a lot with Gabrielle Anwar because they look similar to me.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And then I would just see her in more and more stuff, and she just, so by growing on me, I don't mean that I disliked her and then I liked her. I just meant
Oh, no,
like
I
I
got
have more and more appreciation for her as an actor
Well,
as I've
after she came out
been
and like
around her.
just said how she just feels about like certain things in scripts is like
Yeah, I also appreciate
rolling her eye.
her viewpoint on some things like that. But she's just a really good actor, and
Yeah.
I loved her a lot in that Tom Cruise movie, Edge of Tomorrow.
Are you talking about Edge of Tomorrow?
Oh yeah, she was good in that.
Yeah.
Love Edge
Have
of
you
Tomorrow.
not seen it, D?
Excuse me?
Oh, okay.
Edge of Tomorrow? Please. That's sacrilege, Sin.
Oh, okay.
I don't know
No,
what favorite
Edge
role
of
of
Tomorrow
hers I
is one of
like the
those
most.
that I make it my mission to like tell everybody about and make
Oh
sure we
yeah.
watch. Yeah, like
Such a
She
good
was
film.
good in Edge of Tomorrow, but I also really liked her in Sicario.
Yeah,
She was really
rewatched
good in
Sicario.
Sicario.
Yeah, it's awesome.
That's a great
As far as
movie.
a good Star Wars movie, using using the classic 5-star rating and no half a star allowed, I think the chances of a 4-star Star Wars movie are decent.
From
But
Disney.
5 are decent, 50-50. But a 5-star Star Wars movie, very low, but possible, but very low.
I'm very, very cynical and skeptical of almost all things Disney at this point. Every once in a while, we get some decent things from them, but I don't know.
They're just
and-
kind of meh right now. They just don't.
I
What's
know
the word?
we have hammered that
Well,
subject into the ground.
it's not just that we don't really like this. It's more that when I look at any product of theirs, I just shrug. I'm like, okay.
I mean, but look, R2-D2 and Baby Yoda, man, it's like we're fans. Like we want them to do good. We want there to be good and great Star Wars movies. But yeah,
Well, but
it's not
Kathleen
super
Kennedy, she's just
She's
in
not-
her own vision.
but
I'm
she
like,
doesn't like make it
Okay.
impossible. She just makes it a lot less likely.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they'll get rid of her or something.
I mean, they said Taika Waititi was going to do a Star Wars movie. I don't know if it
oh
still
no,
is.
I don't.
I
know
heard he
about
wanted to
him.
wreck it, so I'm like, eh.
He's
I mean,
okay.
it would
So
be a completely different tone. A Star like he wouldn't
you
do
think?
like a classic trilogy or a Mandalorian or Rogue One. But I mean, he could do a cool. It's not like Star Wars is so open. You know, he could do a fun, unique, cool Star Wars movie that just kind of exists on its own. That doesn't have to really mess with the canon too much. Like I could see that happening. Like that Disney is happy with. Like I'm not saying he's gonna make an epically great Star Wars movie. That's more like I don't know if they're gonna recapture the original trilogy's epics.
yeah.
Has
doubtful.
anyone seen the
Oh,
Snowden movie?
I wanted to address the answer to this question is it's Wolfman. It's called Wolfman.
Wolfman.
Yeah.
The chat's in.
What's that? Oh, sorry.
Has
Where-
anyone?
Oh, okay. Just okay. Yeah, no problem, D. Whatever you need. And also, I want to chat with you at some point, which I'm sure we will at some point this month.
What did I
Never
do?
No. You didn't do
I'm
anything.
kidding. I'm
you didn't
kidding.
do
I'm kidding. I'm just
Like,
kidding.
we'll probably have a watch party at some point. In some point, we'll get around to that Army of Darkness thing. But also, I wanted to talk with you at some point off screen or whatever about trying to meet up at some point in Georgia at Dragon Con.
Oh, so like take
So,
a trip down to
take
Georgia to
take a
meet
trip. Yeah, something like
Okay.
that.
You know what? D-Man should go come to the con that we had next year.
I don't know how much are you into cons?
you. I'm not against them. I just never had the opportunity to go. So I mean,
Okay.
no.
Oh, let's bring the whole crew. Let's bring
Yeah,
Simon.
sure,
Let's bring
sure,
Paul.
sure. Okay. Anyway, that's just something we can chat about
And then we get to see this baby.
at some point. Yeah. Okay, Arturo.
Oh, but you should also put 10 Cloverfield Lane on our watch list if you're okay with that.
Yeah, and maybe should I just hold off on not watching anymore and just wait till we can have a watch party and then I'll finish it?
What, 10 Cloverfield Lane?
Yeah. Have you seen it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I want to. I want to see your
Oh.
reaction to that one and watch
Okay,
it.
then I won't watch anymore because I'm not done with it.
Okay.
So, because I started it and then I didn't finish.
Okay.
So.
Anyone seen
All right.
Snowden, the movie?
Okay. Well, I guess D has to go so he can get some rest, and hopefully you'll get to feeling better, D.
See you,
Yeah,
D.
no problem.
Good
Good
having
hanging
you.
with you guys.
Bye.
I'm throwing my 5 in the chat too. So. All right.
See you.
Bye.
Oh, cool. I was
There's
gonna
his
ask.
5. Yeah, that's right. Okay, this is his 5. Indiana 5 lot.
Moana and Arrival.
10. Oh, okay. So he
I'd
really
probably
liked
have
this.
both
Okay.
those in there.
Queen of what?
Cotway.
Oh,
don't
okay.
know that
Okay, it's
one.
all together. Queen, 10
Fantastic
Cloverfield
Beasts.
Lane, Queen of Cotway, Fantastic Beasts, and Where to Find Them, Moana and Arrival. Okay.
Oh man, now Simon's got to get back because it's too much pressure now.
Well, I'm trying to go through the.
I was saying
game.
Snowden.
Yeah.
Has anyone seen Snowden?
I
have not.
Magnificent Seven, the remake.
I did see that.
I feel like I saw it and I just wasn't like that into it. I don't know. Maybe I didn't even see it. Sometimes I think I'm just high and I forget.
Oh, we talked about Deeper Water Horizon already. Okay.
Deepwater Horizon. The Magnificent Seven was okay. I felt kind of like the same way you did. It was okay. So.
Like people forget about it real fast.
It had Denzel Washington and Chris Pratt, and those are the only people I remember.
And it had a few others.
I know. I just don't remember. Tarantino Star Wars would be hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
I do too.
They've announced, or Tarantino's announced his last movie. The
I
movie.
thought he did that a while back.
Well, it was a little while back, I guess, but it's The Movie Critic. It's going to be the title. The Movie
Did
Critic.
we? Oh, you know, Inferno came out this year.
I never saw that.
Wasn't that a Dan Brown?
Yeah, it's whatever the Da Vinci Code series.
Right. It had the girl who played in Rogue One.
Okay.
In there. Artur, were you thinking of something else maybe?
That series. With it's got Tom Hanks in it.
Oh, okay, yeah. So you knew
I
that's
do
what it
like
was.
your list.
Yeah. I wrote down something here called the Limehouse Golem as something to watch. Have any of you guys heard of that?
No.
Okay. I wrote down a whole bunch of stuff. One called The Neon Demon.
Ooh, I just watched that. I don't know if you would like it.
Really?
That's,
okay.
Although I wouldn't say don't watch it. Because that's the director I'm actually always hyping up that I really like, Nicholas Winding Refn, who has this
okay.
really kind of like violent, almost 80s, like a noir, kind of neo-noir style. And I just watched it last month, and it was it was pretty good for a horror movie. I think there wasn't a lot of substance to it, which is like kind of ironic because it's kind of, I guess, if anything, kind of a critique on the shallowness of like the model culture of LA and fashion and all the shallow, creepy shit going on. And so, but that's kind of all it was. It's like, yeah, I get it. That shit's shallow. I feel like, yeah, they had a ton of style and some violence and tension. So it wasn't a bad movie. Cool music. But I feel like it wasn't really a whole lot to the story other than like, this is like a fucked up look at the underbelly of, which is kind of cool. It doesn't have to be much more than that. It's been pretty cool. But I don't think it was one of his best movies. I like his other films better.
Okay. Someone mentioned Assassin's Creed in.
Oh yeah, I was gonna bring that up.
I had written that down as something to possibly watch because I knew that. I mean, I figured it might be something that you would like because of what it was based on, but I think I remember it wasn't received very well.
And we never saw it.
No.
Oh, Passengers with Chris Pratt and Jennifer
Lawrence. I had written that down, but we had talked about it briefly before. Someone mentioned it also in the comments. It was okay.
Yeah,
Right.
and then Sing also came out this year, the first one.
Oh wow. Okay. Wow, it's hard to believe it's been that long. Good night.
Yeah. Silence.
Well, Simon's been super silent.
He's so
But
high he can't.
I know that Arrival, he said, is like favorite movie ever. So I want to hear. I want to hear some thoughts on why that is. What do you love? Because I would rank it really highly as well. Not favorite movie ever, but really, really good movie. So I want to know what you like about it.
Like, can't really sandwich without spoiling it, so I'll just say, I don't know, it's hit me at the right time. For some reason, I seem to like films about making peace with shit. Because I also really like Eternal Sunshine.
That's the movie I thought of when you said that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I've never seen that movie.
Did anybody here seen Live by Night?
I haven't seen.
Ben Affleck's in it.
Ben Affleck?
Yeah.
No, but let's let Simon talk a little bit more about Arrival.
Okay.
That's all I have to say.
Because you don't want to spoil too
yeah.
much of it.
Yeah. Plus, I'm kind of high, so.
That was definitely one. Like I said, that was top on the list of movies to introduce to Arturo, and we did not get around to it.
I think it is a lot better if you go in knowing that it's not like an action alien movie.
Yes.
It's a much more cerebral.
It is cerebral.
Like thoughtful. But it's meant to be thoughtful. There's not like guns, there's not battles or anything or action scenes. I think the first time I kind of thought it would be, I was kind of like,
I kind of did too.
For it, and then I liked it, but I wasn't in the right headspace for it. When I rewatched it, I was much more like, oh man, this movie's like really good. So yeah, just go into it knowing that there's no action scenes or guns or anything, and it's pretty cool.
Well, I kind of already figured as much.
I mean, for me, it feels like so I liked it. I thought it was good. I wasn't super in love with it. And for me, it feels like more of just kind of like a one-watch appreciation type of film, even though I wouldn't mind rewatching it with you to see what you think about it. And if you can guess where it was going.
Well, I was guessing with that Spanish movie.
It has a great twist.
Yeah, the twist is interesting. I was a little confused, and then I got it. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, really good.
So,
really good twist.
Okay, Chris. So Arrival, Hacksaw Ridge, 13 Hours, and Hell or High Water. Okay.
I agree with all those, except I haven't seen 13 Hours, so maybe I should watch that one.
I think that was about the Benghazi thing, right? I think that's what that one was about.
I know it's Krasinski. It's action.
Krasinski, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, this year is a little hard. I mean, there's some movies that I like this year, and I can say I don't think I could rank them. I just put them on the list, and then really not in order of what.
I'm trying to think what would be like a top 3 for me. I definitely know of one that would be in here, but.
So for me, it's the opposite. For me, I feel like this is
a lot.
pretty good, much above average year. Like on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd give it probably like an 8. Like
I mean, it was a good year for movies.
a lot of
It's
movies,
actually,
a lot of feel good movies I like, whether it's kind of kids movies, family friendly movies, La La Land, like just movies that weren't about anything violent. But I enjoyed them.
I think it was also a good year for shows too.
Oh, we
What are we gonna do,
transitioned to
like,
shows,
top
or are we going to
5
talk
or
about our
something?
top, our
We're
favorite?
going to talk about our top. Well, mine's kind of out of. Mine's not really in a particular
I
order.
think other people need to go ahead of me because I don't have 3 yet, y'all.
I have about like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Oh,
7.
dang. You have a lot. Okay.
And like I said, they're not in order of what number because it's kind of hard to rank them.
They don't necessarily have to be.
I'm trying to make
I
it.
did like Sicario. Yep.
I could do more than 5. You haven't watched it yet?
No, he said he did like Sicario. I
Okay,
introduced
I
him
thought
to
you had said you
Sicario.
liked it. Yeah, that's why I
That
thought.
is- your kids can watch it and they'll have a blast. All right, well, I guess I can go first. And like I said, not really in any order. So I like Zootopia. That was a really good movie. Eddie the Eagle was a
Oh, yeah.
really fun, nice film. Batman versus Superman, I did like. I actually really did enjoy it on the big screen. Of course, Train to Busan, really good, fun survival horror action movie.
I may watch that one tonight. Netflix.
Let us
Captain
know what you think when
America,
you see it.
Captain America: Civil War. I was really like that. Big crossover clash. Rogue One, of course. I actually like that they fixed a plot hole in A New
About the
Hope
Death Star, yeah.
of the Death Star.
Oh, right.
And The Nice Guys. Very funny movie.
Yeah, yeah, nice guys. That's why I'm trying to make it 5, and that's one that I'm like, should that be my 5th? I'm kind of double checking. I could probably put 7 as well.
Just go for it, Colin. Do it. Make your dreams
You
come
can
true.
have as
Just
many on your
do
list
it.
as you
Well, I'll
want.
say
We
that-
don't have big rules.
I have 4, and I'll throw a few others. Like Nice Guys, really liked. Secret Life of Pets, I have to say, is fighting for that 5th spot. And I think maybe there was one other. Oh, Kubo and the Two Strings.
Ah.
There's my top 7. I can even put Hunt for the Wilder People in it, like number 8. But yeah, okay, Kubo, Two Strings, and those others I just mentioned. That's
Hi, Carl.
that's 6. Oh, see you later. That was fun having the comments. And also, I'm getting confused. Top 4. So yeah, Nice Guys, Kubo and the Two Strings. I'm gonna do top 4 though. Secret Life of Pets, and then top 4. These are the big ones. Deadpool, I gotta have. Love Deadpool. One of my favorite superhero movies.
It's a family movie.
Yeah, great action and comedy. But you know what? Hacksaw Ridge should be in there too. I could do a top 10. Hacksaw Ridge it's not one that I really want to read.
Colin, just follow your heart. Do what you need to
Hacksaw
do.
Ridge is a great film, I think. So I would put that in the top 10. But I don't want to rewatch it. But okay, so Deadpool, Arrival, we talked about. You know, it's really good. I'm glad I rewatched it because it's just I like thought provoking movies, and I like how Denis Villeneuve a lot of his movies have kind of a quiet tone that lends itself to like thinking about what's going on and getting lost in it. And Arrival really worked. And then top 2, we're going Moana. Maybe my favorite Disney movie ever. I think it might be
Really?
better than Aladdin and Lion King. That's how much I like it. It is so good. It's up there, one of the best. And then number 1, La La Land.
Okay.
Again,
Okay,
I
that
just
doesn't
love it.
surprise me
It's
because you
just
said how much you liked it, yeah.
such a feel-good movie for me, and maybe it's the LA connection to it. Yeah, La La Land, Moana, Arrival, and Deadpool are my big top 4.
Okay.
There we go.
All right.
Simon, do you have, besides Arrival, which is number 1, do you have others favorites?
Probably Arrival, Deadpool, Kubo, and Nice Guys.
Okay.
All right, I'm down with all those.
Yeah. Okay.
Year overall, good year overall. I mean, with Arrival, it's got to be above average.
Yeah, it was an interesting year. It felt like this was the last year of experimentation before Marvel just became completely dominant.
Mm.
Yeah, I can see that. Hmm.
Marvel's starting to go away now. Now it's the days of Barbie and Super Mario Bros.
Yeah.
Who knows the world?
Look at Sid. Look at her. Look.
What? I just,
You're
you know, I
just
mean,
a
we all
basic-
know it's nothing. It's nothing new. We all. Anyway.
I don't know. Like I was saying, the near the end of the 2010s, over here at least, the studios just started kind of doing things to play it safe and just kind of having full control of what you can, what you can't do, and all that. Except they were only right that one time in Wonder Woman, but that was about it.
Oh, so you only have one. Rogue One.
I'm surprised.
Okay.
Rogue One is pretty good. For me, the problem with Rogue One, and I liked it. I think it's better than the sequel trilogy or the prequel trilogy.
Which doesn't exist.
I honestly, I know you guys think would hate me for this. I would rather watch Force Awakens again than Rogue One, and the reason is not the plot, which I think again Force Awakens plot really gets kind of lame at the end. But like, I don't like the characters in Rogue One. Like, I don't really care about them. Like the main girl and the main guy.
Andor.
Yeah, Andor and the girl, I just don't really care. They don't really have any charisma to me, and I just never really was like excited to be watching them. So I feel like that is because I can see that as a pretty sweet movie, like in terms of the action and the story. It's an above average Star Wars movie, but just my personal feeling on it and why I don't really watch it again is it didn't have any characters I really liked. Whereas Force Awakens, I really liked Rey, I really liked Finn, BB-8, and even Poe. Like I liked they had a likability to them. Not Kylo Ren. Ugh, Kylo Ren.
Kylo Ren had a good opportunity. It's just,
to me, Kylo Ren's emo boy.
but
Like,
I mean, you know, if you like the fan fiction films, that's fine. They're not canon. But
Have you
it's fine.
seen? Have you seen Andor yet?
No, I want to. I'm gonna get Disney next month and just catch up on a bunch of stuff, like the Star Wars stuff, and maybe a Marvel thing or two, and move some movies.
So I'm wondering if you watched Andor and then if you rewatch if you watch
I probably will
Rogue,
rewatch it.
you might like. I wonder if your feeling
I might
about
like it. I might
him will
like
be
it.
different.
It may be. It may be. I probably will do that because it's been a while since I've seen it. And again, yeah, the Darth Vader scene at the end is super badass.
Oh my
yeah.
gosh, yeah. I actually was afraid of Darth Vader in that scene,
Yeah.
and that I think is the first time I've ever felt afraid of Darth Vader.
You know what's really cool? Because I don't think you watched the end of Mandalorian season 2, but they echoed that scene where Luke comes back and he basically
I heard.
he does essentially that scene where he's just a badass turn his way through all these like super droids. in
Yeah.
this way. And it was like, that was cool. That was that we got to see both of them at their full Jedi prowess.
I heard about that, and there were so many people that were. It was just all over Twitter, and people were so happy, and
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
But-
Highlight moment of the whole.
yeah. I didn't.
Kylo Ren. I can't do any accent.
That's funny.
I don't know. Like, I think the only character I would like, let's say they scrapped the sequel trilogy. Like, let's say they did him. I think the character they could at least keep was maybe John Boyega's character, because I actually found him more interesting than Rey. Rey was like just there, and she's able to do this stuff with like, okay, but he had a characteristic about him because he's a defector.
Well, he was a more interesting character to me
Well, yeah.
than Rey.
Then Rey was just like, she knew how to do this. Okay, I can look past some of the mechanical stuff because she was on that planet for a while, but the Force part, how does she
And
know
how she
to?
became like almost an expert at the
Yeah.
lightsaber without ever having even messed with one
That's the thing,
before.
like kind of a Mary Sue-ish.
Yeah, I don't have 25. A lot of the ones that I like, a lot of the ones we've already heard from, I enjoy those as well. Like Deadpool, and I enjoyed Nice Guys and Civil War, but I chose different ones for my, and I just only put 3.
Okay.
But I do like quite a few, but I don't want to get repetitive. What everybody else has already mentioned. Batman versus Superman. That was like in my top for that year. When I went and I did like my favorite of the decades of the 2010s, and Batman versus Superman. And then I enjoyed Lights Out. I thought it was a really fun,
Oh yeah, I forgot
solid
about
horror
that one.
movie. And then also the Ben Affleck one, The Accountant, was good.
Was that like a thriller? What was that even? What was it
He
about?
was
I
like
don't
this.
remember it.
He was like this. I can't remember completely the synopsis. I just remember I liked it enough to watch it twice in a row. And
Yeah.
he's like this. He has like maybe he has like
Excuse
he's
me.
Asperger's, or he's slightly autistic, but he's somehow involved in like crime stuff, and his brother as well. And just the way the story was set up, it was just very interesting. It drew me in, and I liked it all the way through. And
So
then
there's a
watched
like
it twice.
a mystery thriller element to it.
I don't know how much of it is really mystery, but definitely a little bit it's a character drama, but kind of wrapped up in like a suspense type, crime type sort of. It's hard to explain.
Okay.
But I definitely wanted to watch it with Arturo, and that was one of the many we didn't get around to watching. So, and now we're moving on to another year, so we won't get around to the account. Like, we probably, a lot of these films we were interested to watch, we won't get around to them until we're done with this series of live streams. Because once we're done with one live stream, we're like, okay, we tried to stay on a regular schedule. Okay, for the next month, we need to focus on this next year. So we don't really return to the other stuff.
I still say Fargo is better than everything else. But I'm so happy you guys watched season 1, and
Really
I feel like
liked-
we
really
did like
liked
it. We
Fargo.
actually pre-recorded a review. We were gonna
Yeah.
I was going to ask you about that. Were you
Yeah,
going to post
I haven't edited it yet. We
Okay.
did like a
Neither
little
have I.
review discussion about it.
Well, I feel like I'll try to stop bringing it up as much because I feel like it speaks for itself, and I know that you're going to watch it now that you've seen this first season.
Phil
You'll get to it.
summarized The Accountant perfectly.
It's like an
Yeah.
autistic hitman accountant almost.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Like Rain Man meets Jason Bourne. Yeah, kind of like that. A little bit like that, yeah.
guess we could get on with the shows real quick.
Okay, Simon's already given his. Okay. All right. Well, I think we're all done.
This is a show. I heard this show is really good, actually. Erased.
Oh wait, what did you say?
What was it called?
Erased.
Erased. I don't know.
That's an anime.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I had no idea.
Never
It's
saw
where this guy. It's like a mystery. It's a mystery story, but it's like this guy's. It's like himself.
Is it on Crunchyroll?
I think it is. I'm trying to explain it in a way like he's 29 now, but for something happens to where his self travels back in time as a kid. Like he's an adult in his head, but he's back to like when he was a kid because of
body.
this,
Okay.
because of these murders that happened or something.
Okay.
And he's trying to figure it out and all that. I heard that's really good. You saw a bit of Ajin.
Sounds interesting. Saw a bit of what?
Ajin. That's a Netflix licensed movie, or not movie, show.
Wait, I did?
Yeah, Demi-Human. It's got Jung Young Bosch.
Oh gosh, I totally forgot about that.
Well, we watched the first. You watched only the first episode in Spanish.
Okay, yeah, that's why I forgot about it.
Oh, Preacher. That started this year.
I enjoyed Preacher. I liked Preacher.
Never finished it,
and then
though.
we never finished it. Oh yeah, that's right. The Frequency TV show. I think I saw maybe one episode of that. I forgot that it was 2016 as well, which I really enjoy that.
Do we even want to talk about the big show, which is Stranger Things?
Oh, is that
yeah.
when 20? That's right. That's when 2016 came out, and I remember I was so sad when I got to the last episode because it was going to be all done.
Yeah.
I was spacing it out like an episode a night because I didn't
Really?
want to binge. I
Yeah.
took my time with it because it was so nostalgic, and the warm fuzzies, you guys. The
That's
warm
fun.
fuzzies of that show made me feel so good, especially because that
Yeah.
was such a bad year, and it was like this
Yeah.
little light in my life at the time.
Yeah. Like the island oasis.
Yeah, exactly.
times.
Exactly.
Mob
That's
Psycho
cool.
100. Have you heard of that? Sin apparently really likes that show, which I'm kind of surprised that she likes it.
I need to look up shows. Hold on.
Oh, Joker Game, the one that I want to watch about spies pre-World War II.
Oh.
Boongo
of
Stray
that one.
Dogs. That's actually a really fun anime.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, Stranger Things is listed here as number. Oh, here's one. Lucifer. Has anybody watched Lucifer? I've heard it's
No.
good, but I've never watched it.
Never
Okay.
watched
I did
it.
not.
Oh, The Crown started this year.
Never watched it.
Another one I've never watched. Oh, Westworld
Oh yeah, Westworld.
started this year.
Season
Okay.
1 was
Timeless.
one of the best seasons of television.
I like season
Never
1
seen.
quite a bit.
Yeah. I think it's a classic of television. Have you
Season
seen
2
it, Simon?
got wobbly for me.
Have you
Mhm.
seen it, Simon? Season 1? Did you like it?
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Okay. I'm happy
Simon
with that.
is a man of few words
I'm happy
tonight.
with that though. Just because I'd feel wrong. Like, man, how could you not like that season 1 with like the whole reveal at the end, the man in the white hat, black hat, man in black hat. It was so good. And then I think season 2 got wobbly. I was like, it felt like it was retreading a lot of the same ground. I will say the Hansi episode, the Zahn McClarnon episode, is like one of my favorite episodes of television ever. Like, it's so good. I think the Hansi episode. Of
I don't
Westworld.
remember if I even finished season 2.
The Hansi episode, you can watch it. It stands alone. Is why it's so good. It's kind of like a standalone episode that you don't even have to have seen any of the more of Westworld. Although maybe just the general setting helps. So you're like, okay, I get it's robots and more. But it's so good. It's episode 8 of season 2. And man, if you don't remember it, I think it's so good.
Honestly,
It is
I
so
really,
good.
I remember that I watched the whole first season and I enjoyed it. And then the second season, and then I wasn't liking it so much. So I think I might have just quit before I even finished the second
I would
season.
recommend going back and watching the Hansi episode. I think it's so cool. But I mean, it's also cooler. I don't know. I think it stands alone. Actually, I think it's a 10 out of 10.
Who
But
was
then
in that episode?
it was just Zahn McClarnon. Sorry, I keep
Oh,
calling
that
him
guy.
Hansi.
Him.
I always
Him,
call
okay.
Zahn McClarnon.
You were
Hansi.
saying that name, and I was like, that name sounds familiar. I think it's that guy that I know.
It's Zahn
Yeah.
McClarnon.
Okay.
Yeah. It's so good. I want to every time just talking about it makes me want to go pull it up and watch
Go back and rewatch it.
it. Yeah.
Another
it's-
show was True Detective that came out this year.
No, didn't we talk about it last year?
Okay, was that for last year? Was that 2015?
Yeah,
I
but-
have it written down to start watching it.
2014, I thought.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm
Definitely
way off.
watch
Sorry
it.
about that. Holy cow.
Well, the seasons were still going at the time.
Fleabag. So Fleabag is a Phoebe Waller-Bridge show that I've heard she's supposed to be really, really good in.
Yeah, I never
She's just
saw it.
not good in Indiana Jones.
Okay.
It was really good.
What? Fleabag?
She's a young
Yeah.
woman trying to cope with life in London while coming to terms with a recent tragedy. Oh, it's got Olivia Colman in it. I like her. She's a good actor.
Is it funny though? I don't like tragedy. Comedy,
Is it like funny
dramedy. I can't do. I can't do dramedy.
Really?
It's just too. I can't do drama, and I feel like I'm not. I don't want to sit through the drama to get to the comedy. It's my thing. I'll just go straight to Family Guy.
It's
I'm
got
messing
that
around.
British cringe comedy thing going on.
I like that.
Yeah.
I love cringe comedy. I just don't want it to be like 15 minutes of that and 15 minutes of like
sad
actual
stuff.
sad piano. I can't stand sad piano moments in any medium. Like it's like the music is. I was thinking about this, maybe a sidebar, but music it almost like I was trying to describe. It almost has this like authoritative tone. Like music will set this tone of like it's kind of like what the mood is supposed to. What other people think the mood is. Like, if that makes sense. Like, this is the mood you should be feeling, is the mood this music makes you feel. And anytime it's like sad piano music, it's like, you should feel like this. Oh, and I'm like, no, don't ask me to feel that way. Like, I don't like it. To me, it's like, I look at the way, like, when grandmas don't like gangster rap, like, that's offensive. Like, that's sad piano music to me. Where it's like, how dare you try to make me sad? Like, I'm trying to feel good and laugh, and put on sad.
So you don't like sad stuff, basically?
No.
Yeah.
Neither do I.
No, I get it. I'm interested to watch. This is a little off topic, but kind of on topic. The movie with the show with Ricky Gervais, Afterlife. It kind of
that was the serious. That's the dramedy, I think.
Yeah, it's
serious.
It kind of like the comedy with the sad stuff.
Yeah, I started it.
The mixture of that reminds me of Fleabag,
right.
But I don't know how. I can't compare them because I haven't seen either one of them yet.
I couldn't probably get through it. I couldn't do it. I can only do drama when there's murder involved.
Yeah, because you're a serial killer.
I don't care about
Colin?
people's feelings. Okay, now I'm getting where these jokes come from. Now I see it.
Now you see it. Only after all this time we've been doing this.
But I don't know. I see it's more like I'm still a 10-year-old with. I just want action scenes and shit. Like, I haven't changed my I haven't grown up into where I don't really care about drama and feelings.
No, I get that because drama's not my favorite thing either. I would rather watch something action-packed or something thriller or something horror-related as opposed to just a flat-out character drama or something sad. That's me as well. But sometimes they have a good combination that works for me.
Yeah, it really depends on what it is.
Yeah, it does completely.
The Gray Man.
Oh, that was this year.
Well, the sequel to the original.
Oh, well, you know what else I saw, Arturo, was My Hero Academia.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Started in 2016.
That one, that one started that year.
That's gotten really popular.
Like,
I've never heard of it until recently. Now I hear it about it all the time.
It kind of took over comic books for a while.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, you mean the manga?
The manga did, for a while. Timeless.
What? That's another.
Remember
show?
Timeless?
No.
I've seen very few of the shows on this list. I'm not seeing.
Sin, you remember Timeless?
No. What?
That's the time travel one.
An anime?
No. This is live action.
Oh, wait. Wait. Was that where they went back in history? Oh, okay. Yeah, we never finished that.
It had that girl, and it had that guy, and another guy.
Wasn't it a remake of a Spanish
of
language?
a Spanish one that, Ministry of Time.
Right. Okay. Wow. Another show that came out was Designated Survivor, which I only saw a few episodes of in the first season, but it went on for 3 seasons. So.
In 11/22/63.
Oh, that was when the miniseries came out.
Yep.
Okay, I like that. Did anybody here see The Exorcist?
No, I'm surprised how I've seen like nothing. I've usually watched more TV than movies.
Yeah, that's right, you do, and I'm the opposite. Oh, Goliath with Billy Bob Thornton.
Never watched that one.
The Night Manager miniseries with Tom Hiddleston and Hugh Laurie. That was based on a book. The OA, I watched the first season of that.
Luke Cage, Marvel's Luke Cage.
Oh, okay. I liked the first season of Luke Cage. Didn't get a chance to finish because Disney took it from Netflix.
Yeah. Falling Water. Anybody heard of that?
No.
I found one that I did like that I'd forgotten about. I don't know if any big comedy. I know you guys probably haven't seen it or would care, but if there's any big comedy fans, Angie Tribeca is a fun show. It's got Rashida Jones in it, and it's kind of like a satire of like CSI type shows, like cop show procedurals, but it's just really, really goofy and funny. almost like old school comedy, almost like I don't know, like what am I trying to think? It was like Leslie Nielsen kind of comedy.
Oh, like The Naked Gun.
Yeah, kind of like that. Maybe I shouldn't make that comparison, but it felt like it had kind of like an old school comediness to it. It was a satire of cop shows. It was really funny. It was like thinking about it, I want to rewatch it, and I think it was on Hulu. Angie Tribeca.
Frontier.
No, I know my mom liked that because Jason Momoa and historical fiction. Like,
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, that's right. That's the one. Okay. I started it, never finished it.
Oh,
I think some
Desi-
that too.
Designated Survivor.
Yeah, that's what I mentioned that.
Talk about
Kiefer
that. Okay.
Sutherland. Yeah. Slasher, which is an anthology horror series.
Oh
I've seen
yeah.
the first 2 or 3 seasons of that, and I want to pick back up with it with the latest season. And then also Queen of the South, the American remake of the Mexican version they came out with. It went from 2016 to 2011, but I haven't watched that one. So.
Wait. You said 2016 to 2011?
I'm sorry. Oh my gosh, y'all.
You're going backwards.
2021. Maybe the dogs will let me sleep a little better tonight.
I know that it's not a TV show, but it's a show on YouTube. Unsolved Mysteries with Ryan Vergara started this year.
Oh, BuzzFeed Unsolved.
Yes.
That's a really interesting show. Have you seen that? Have
What
either of
is
you
it?
guys seen that?
No, what is it called again?
It's BuzzFeed Unsolved.
BuzzFeed Unsolved.
Yeah.
Is it so? It's like mysteries, well, like urban legends, or what kind of mystery? Ghosts?
Yeah. Well.
Yes. Sorry. Answer to Dulcimer's.
That
It
one?
is similar to that, which I think actually NTSF, the one that SUV, I forget that too, is so funny too. I think they're both really good. They are similar. I think the SUV one is a little bit crazier. But I'm sorry, I interrupted. Yeah. I'm sorry.
What were we talking about?
I was interested.
BuzzFeed Unsolved.
Oh yeah, BuzzFeed Unsolved. So they have their episodes on YouTube, so you can watch them, and it's just different unsolved mysteries, and it's got a bunch of humor mixed in with their presentation because it's these two friends, and they sit down and they're talking about the cases and talking about the different theories that people have come up with, or guesses people have come up with as far as what might have been the answer to this mystery. And it's really funny, very entertaining. They also do like supernatural paranormal stuff where they go to these haunted places, but then they broke away from BuzzFeed and now they have their own channel, and I can't remember the name of their channel. Is it called The Watcher? Is that where they also do the new mystery files, or does that have a whole separate YouTube channel?
No, it's there.
Okay, so now they have a new channel called The Watcher, and they do mystery type stories similar to what they did with BuzzFeed Unsolved.
Yeah, they go back
it's
to
really entertaining. I enjoy their chemistry is funny. Well, they started off with different people in the beginning. Ryan was somebody else, but then now it's Ryan and Shane, and it's been them for a good while. And it's just a very fun sort of way to learn about different unsolved mysteries. There were several.
That's how I learned about the what was it? The Cleveland butcher killer.
Oh, the torso murder.
The torso murders.
Yeah.
Never heard about it, and that was what ruined Elliot Ness's career.
Right.
Because he burnt the whole like bum area.
That's right. Yeah.
For some reason.
Yeah, they talk about a lot of stuff. Some mysteries you have probably heard of before, but some maybe not.
Like the Roswell incident. Everybody knows
they go over
about
stuff
that.
like that. They go over the story of the Somerton Man. That was actually their very first one that they covered.
They did the Zodiac.
Yep, Zodiac.
And they make like some of the stuff they talk about. It is creepy, but then they make humor out of it.
Yeah, they do.
I think the
They're
second
funny.
one was the murder in the farmhouse in Germany back in 1922. That one was creepy. Like they never even found out who did it. That one was.
Anyway, if you check it out, and maybe you'll enjoy it as much as you liked Impractical. It's not as hilarious as Impractical Jokers, but it's so interesting.
That's unlikely. Impractical Jokers.
No, that's
like,
definitely Practical Jokers is
so
just-
good.
yeah. That's
But
just like
I just Google or went to YouTube. I'm looking at the page of The Watcher.
yeah.
It's
That's
got this
their
like puppet history.
yeah. They do
Yeah,
like a
they
puppet
got
history
that.
show. That's kind of funny as well. But that's their spin-off channel since they left BuzzFeed. I'm
I
not
would-
sure why they left
I may watch
BuzzFeed,
some of that.
but
I would advise watching the BuzzFeed Unsolved stuff first, and then go to their new ones.
Okay.
Because
There's a ton on here though. Damn.
there's different. So like in the
They do
BuzzFeed
different things.
Unsolved series, there's also some that are just presented as voiceover narration, not even done by the two guys. The one you want to watch is the one with Ryan and Shane
Okay.
in it.
Okay. Ryan and Shane.
Wait, what's this?
Oh yeah, Impractical Jokers.
Oh,
The name game.
okay.
The name game.
It's
is
been
so
so
good.
long since I've seen that show, though. You probably blown
Oh, I just went through
completely
the whole
past me.
thing
Yeah.
in like 2 months.
Oh, that's so funny.
It was great.
If you need to laugh, that's the show.
Mhm.
That's the show for you.
Yep.
I'm looking through the yeah. Van Helsing, that show. I never.
Yeah,
I think I
saw
watched the
that.
first. I think I watched the first episode of it and never watched any more.
Really?
Yeah. So yeah, I'm not. There's just a lot of shows I don't watch. Oh, also Winona Earp, which didn't watch that. Past like the first episode, I think. Whole
Yeah,
bunch of stuff I don't recognize at all in here.
Any Netflix besides the two that I mentioned?
I'm just going through the list here, and there's a whole bunch I'm not recognizing at all.
Boom Go Stray Dogs.
I saw that.
Trying to think if there was. See, well, I know we were watching Walking Dead. That was when Negan did his thing.
Oh, that was 2016.
That was when I recorded the reaction.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
Tristan just like.
Oh, what happened with the John Mayer? I know I saw it, but what were the sketches? Wait, he was singing his song, and then they made
Oh, did they
Wait,
do
who
a thing
did-
with him?
someone during his concert like tell people to like move seats and stuff, and to basically be a huge dick to people in the concert. And God, I think it was Sal. Although I can never. It was Sal or Murrah, I think. And yeah, it was really embarrassing as always.
Is Joe still gone?
Yeah, which sucks. I mean, it's still a great show.
Yeah.
But it just feels wrong that he's gone. I'm feel like it must have been some like, Me Too, which I know from I trust my sense of character. I feel like Joe's a good guy. And I feel like it was probably some like, oh, he made a pass at me, and then like
Yeah, I honestly don't know what it was. I felt like it was something his wife was behind, and now they're not even together.
It was
So-
something, yeah, because they got divorced around the same time. So
Yeah.
I shouldn't even speculate, but I think it was probably some bullshit that shouldn't have happened, and now he's because from what I gathered from what little I was watching of like interviews and stuff he did after it happened, it sounds like he wishes he could still be on the show.
Oh, that sucks. 'Cause
Like,
he
it
was really
sounds like-
funny.
Yeah. So and he was my favorite one. I felt like he was the one most willing, or it was hardest.
Oh,
to
he would do
embarrass
just
himself.
about anything.
He was he was the hardest one to be embarrassed. So he was kind of like excited. It might be that he said that.
That's what he said, and then they got divorced.
That's what he said. It was about his kids, but he also spends a lot of time touring. One thing he said that made me think is like, they're like, do you still watch it? And he's like, no, it's kind of a sore spot or something like that. And I was like, why would it be like a sore spot if you happily left on good terms because you wanted to? Like, I feel
Right.
like they're like, well, you got to go, and
Definitely something.
again, I'm speculating, but I'm speculating because I love the show and I thought about it a lot. And I just feel like Joe's a good guy, and I wish he was still on the show.
They all seem like
Gosh,
good
They
guys.
all
I mean,
seem like
you
good
feel
guys.
like you
Yeah, for sure.
honestly, to goodness, know them.
Yeah, you do. You feel like you know them and they're good guys, and
Yeah.
you're happy to hang out with them, joke around. Yeah, it's great. I'm glad
It's a fun show.
you told me about it.
For sure. I'm so glad you enjoyed it. See, that makes me happy. Just like how you're happy that we liked Fargo.
Yes.
That's how I feel about your appreciation for Impractical Jokers.
Awesome.
Because I feel bad when I recommend something that I really, really like, and whoever I recommend it to either just
It's like,
hates it.
yeah.
I was
Or
like, oh, well,
indifferent.
that was terrible.
They're just indifferent. Yeah, which I get. Yeah, but no, it is cool. It's a great feeling because that's, yeah, I know.
Cool.
I get it. I'm looking at these 2017 movies, and I'm like,
Yeah, I was getting ready to say. I feel like we should start our list of stuff for. We may end up ending this thing early.
Yeah, which is fine.
Yeah, because Arturo doesn't want to strain his voice too much, and Simon's too high to talk.
Yeah,
And poor
Dee's
D
gone.
was, he's gone because he wasn't feeling so great.
That's all right. And honestly, I think instead of just giving something to give you something, I feel like you guys have enough to watch. I don't need to add to it. There's nothing I
Well,
Well, I
already
do
know-
want to make a list of stuff. So if you
I'm
have
looking great.
suggestions, I'm going to look up 2017 movies.
Well, you already know what I want to watch.
I'm thinking it's not going to be close to an 8 out of 10. It's going to be 5 or less.
I swear this stupid
Seeing
thing.
anything.
Tor, what are you doing? You keep messing with the mic. It's really loud too.
I'm trying to get my something's up with this. Like my mouse keeps disconnecting, but when it disconnects, it disconnects this adapter too, which is weird.
Oh, that is weird.
Yeah, I don't know what the heck.
Okay. 2017 films. Stuff
Oh,
to
there was a
watch.
Tom Cruise movie, American Made. Then there's
Oh,
Ghost,
yeah, that was based on a true story.
Ghost in the Shell with Scarlett Johansson. Then there was a live action Tokyo Ghoul movie. I remember that.
Oh, really? Was that any good? Did you hear if that was any good?
For a bit, I thought I heard it was like a good adaptation, but then I heard other stuff, so I don't know.
Okay.
War of the Planet of the Apes, the last one.
Yes, we need to finish that.
We saw Baby Driver.
Baby Driver was good.
What? Hostilities?
Hostels.
Oh, Hostels.
I think
that
that
the
was
one
a
with
pretty
Salma
good
Hayek?
movie. Christian Bale. I don't remember if she's in it.
Oh, wait, what?
Oh.
Pretty good movie.
There's this anime movie I've been meaning to watch. It's also Netflix, too. It's got the same style as Ajin Blame. That was another one.
Oh, I saw Hostels a long time ago.
1922.
Wait, what?
The movie.
I think that. Wait, it's not coming up.
Stephen King, 1922.
Yeah, I saw that. That's on Netflix, I think.
Oh, The Mummy with Tom Cruise.
That wasn't super great.
You watched it?
Yeah, I saw it as I was working. It wasn't so great. The Second Kingsman, I heard that wasn't great either. I'll write it down though.
The Death Note live action movie, the American one.
You might be interested to check it out just to compare it.
I would like to see because of William Dafoe.
He was good.
Oh,
Do you have any
Murder
to
on the
suggest,
Orient.
Oh yeah, Murder on the Orient Express.
I still need to see that one, actually. I never did see that.
I'm looking forward to A Haunting in Venice. I hope it's good.
Yeah, I want to see that too.
American Assassin.
What?
I got nothing.
Valerian and the City of a Thousand Planets.
That movie disappointed me. I was looking forward to it, and I just felt like the plot was just over the top and didn't really make sense.
Oh, Dunkirk. I remember Dunkirk. I wasn't super pleased with Dunkirk.
Yeah, the only movies I liked, I assume you'd already seen. Like, I know we talked about Dunkirk. I mean, Get Out's really popular.
Oh, I haven't seen Get
Arturo
Out.
hasn't seen Get Out. All right.
I would say, okay, Get Out. That's the one.
Yeah,
All right.
I wrote that down for sure.
Okay.
Death
The
of
Hitman's
Stalin.
Bodyguard, but we've seen that. Oh, The Death of Stalin. You definitely want to see that.
Then there's an Arnold movie called Aftermath.
That's based on a true story. I didn't care for Aftermath myself, but you might. You might want to check it out.
Oh, there's this foreign movie, The Unknown Soldier. I think it's a Finnish movie.
Artur, I don't know if Blade Runner 2049 would be your kind of movie, but it
Uh,
is.
I'll probably watch that just because I saw the first one.
And also, we watched that 3D anime, whatever.
Yeah, then there's also the like very short anime.
Oh right, the
Video.
prequels, the 3 different prequels. Yeah, those are good.
Yeah.
I like those. You should watch
Uh,
Blade Runner is a Denis Villeneuve movie, so you can
Yeah.
watch Arrival and Blade Runner.
Yes, and there's the Finnish movie I kind of want
You need
to
Denis.
I
watch.
wrote that down. The Unknown Soldier. I wrote that down.
That has to do
Oh.
with them fighting the Russians.
Oh, Wind
Um,
River. Wind River came out in 2017.
Wait, what's 12th Man? What is that?
Don't remember.
Atomic Blonde.
Oh, maybe we could watch that.
I'm writing it down.
I know you're not crazy
I wrote
about
down
the,
Shape of Water,
act-
Dulcimerist. I've seen that. I am not, I'm not a huge fan of that movie. It just, I don't know.
Oh, the 12th Man. Looks like it's got pretty decent.
Okay, there's one movie I liked that. Oh, okay, that I think we talked about Kong. We have talked about that Kong.
Oh, Skull Island. Yeah.
Skull Island with Tom Hiddleston and John Goodman.
Yeah, we've seen that.
Okay, that's probably maybe my favorite movie.
That was the 20.
Okay. Yes, and 12th Man
The 12th Man.
has to do with saboteurs in Norway.
Okay, I wrote that down.
The captain. Wait, what? The captain? What's that? Oh, we didn't get to see that movie with that girl that was in Baby Driver, where it had to do with the Tsar. It had the guy from Terminator Genesis.
Simon, I think I'm gonna watch Strange Days tonight. Before our next meeting,
You're gonna watch what?
Cool.
Strange Days.
Oh
That's on
yeah,
the
finally.
Yeah, it's
and
on
now
the
it'll be your turn. Now it'll be your turn that Simon will keep asking if you've seen it.
I remember when he brought it up, and I wanted to, and then I forgot about it. I couldn't
It's
find
good.
it. I've got
It's
that
It's like a
streaming
curse. It's like it follows.
I know. Right.
Um,
Well, but I thought you were
Megan-
gonna watch Train to Busan.
Yeah, okay. I've got 2 options, and now actually I'm also debating the Westworld episode with Hans.
Oh.
With Son
Megan Levy. Megan Levy.
Oh yeah, we saw that already.
I made you 2.
The Beguiled. Okay. There's like this movie this year. This year's not standing out to me as like a.
Oh, we saw the Sword Online Ordinal Scale.
Yeah, but I'm gonna write down things
Yeah.
that you
Doesn't-
we
haven't
haven't
seen
seen.
or I haven't seen. It Comes at Night. Have you guys seen that?
I think I have. Wait, that's a weird horror movie?
It's
Yeah.
different. It's different.
I think I have, but I can't remember what it's about.
Is that the one where they're holding up in a cabin?
Yeah. It has Joel Edgerton in it.
Oh,
Yes. And it's
what
also,
about-
like they have to be quiet or something?
No,
about
you're thinking A
Bright?
Quiet Place.
Well, I know what Quiet Place. No, but I know what you mean though. I just maybe it
Okay.
was a
Oh,
certain
yeah,
scene.
okay.
Maybe it was a scene where they were being quiet. But yeah,
Did A
they
Quiet-
Joel Edgerton in the creepy cabin. Yeah, that was pretty good.
Did A
What
Quiet
about-
Place come out this year as well?
no,
No,
When did A Quiet Place come out? Was that
the
2019?
next year.
Okay,
Probably
18.
18.
Okay.
What about Bright?
I never watched it.
I think I saw. Is that the one with Michael Shannon in it?
Will
And
Smith.
Will Smith, like a fantasy reality of our world.
Oh, I actually liked that movie.
I might want to watch that.
I liked it. And then they were going to do a sequel, and they just never did. That has Joel Edgerton in it, too.
Really?
Oh, John Wick 2 came out.
You
Oh,
never
and
saw the
Jumanji
first one,
came
did
out.
you?
No, Kill Switch. What is that?
Jumanji was a fun comedy.
Oh, Chips. Oh, jeez.
Aliens Covenant.
I thought that was weak.
24 Hours to Live.
I feel like the movies I liked were pretty popular. I mean, I like
Oh.
Guardians 2 and Spider-Man Homecoming. Like, Jumanji.
6 days.
Dunkirk.
Yeah, Guardians 2. Wow,
Yeah.
yeah, that's right. It was 2017 because it came out around the same
Oh,
time
oh,
as Wonder
Mayhem.
Woman.
Mayhem. It's got the guy from The Walking Dead, the Asian guy.
Oh, that's the one where everybody in the office is killing each other.
Yeah, yeah. And
Yeah,
it's
I've
got
seen
also
that.
another girl in there that I recognize.
I think it's the girl that played in Ready or Not,
Yeah.
which that's another fun movie.
I got her confused with
Bad.
Margot Robbie.
I'm gonna find
Oh.
you and make you want me.
You know, The Lost City of Z is listed as a 2017 movie.
It is?
And it's in this list.
Well,
But it's
watch it.
probably one of
Oh.
those weird things again, you
Happy
know?
Death Day
Yep.
also came out that year too.
Oh, I, Tanya.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I never saw that. I remember living through the story when it was happening. You said Happy Death Day. That's a fun movie. I
Yeah,
enjoyed that
I
movie.
think your mom will really love that movie.
What, Happy Death Day?
She would love that movie.
Oh, my mom.
Yeah, your mom.
No, she probably wouldn't.
It's a family movie. What are you talking about?
Mm-mm.
American Assassin.
I wrote that down.
Okay, yeah. There is a lot. Oh, The Foreigner.
Oh yeah, Jackie Chan.
Yeah, Jackie Chan.
Greatest Showman. I think that's with Hugh Jackman, right? I never saw that.
Eh,
Man, maybe I think I will watch Strange Days tonight. Maybe Train to Busan as well, or tomorrow. You know,
Okay.
I'm looking at the Strange Days. I'm like, man, I'm in the mood for some cyberpunk. Let's say. I think
Okay, then
feels
that
right.
will be right up your alley. That one.
Yeah.
Winter War. What's this? Oh, okay. I'm getting into what? Oh. Yeah, there's a lot.
I've got a pretty sizable list. Do you have any to suggest, Simon? What's funny?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing
or
to suggest. I just kind of, yeah.
You're high.
Ignore me.
Yeah. No, actually, I don't want to ignore you. I want to hear.
Jumanji was a really fun film. We
I
saw
remember
that.
when your mom was going through chemo, we saw that movie
Was that when we saw it?
with the Ryder Cruise.
Wait.
Wait a second.
Wait.
This review says Strange Days is better than Akira, Blade Runner, and The Matrix. High praise.
Yeah, I enjoy it better than those myself.
Wow. Okay.
But I'm not a huge fan of those other ones. Wait, Arturo, hold on a second. We went to the theater to see Jumanji.
Yeah.
That
She
came
had a
out
mask on.
That came out at the end of 2017.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, the disaster artist.
Okay, all right. I think she was getting ready to start her chemo, I thought.
It's on HBO Max now? Oh shit, I don't even have
Disaster
to use
artist.
the website. It says Strange Days is on HBO now. I can watch it.
There you go. It's
Yes.
meant to be, Simon. You got to do it tonight.
I'm gonna watch it tonight. Let me double check my HBO on.
What about
You
the
had to
Post?
tell. Good for you.
What about the Post?
All right. The Post is based on a true story, I think, right?
Yeah.
Was it about the...
Vietnam, like the Post about it.
I thought... Wait. I guess I'm confusing it about... I'm
Well,
The
confusing
one
it.
with the Washington Post.
It's on
Wasn't
HBO.
it
newspaper?
about the...
I think so.
Oh, okay. I'm confusing it with the movie about the scandal with the Catholic Church. I'm confusing it with that. Like about this newspaper that did like this stuff about the Catholic Church. So this one is about. Okay, it's about the publication of the Pentagon Papers. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just. Oh, the Dark Tower.
Oh, didn't you say which Pitch Perfect was it that you love so much, Simon? Was it Pitch Perfect 2
Both
or
of them.
1?
All of them.
It was
Oh,
both of
so
them.
the third one comes out. I
Oh,
expect
there's a
that's going to
third?
be on your top 3 for the year.
Oh yeah. Totally.
He hasn't seen a sight unseen. It's top 3. He didn't know it existed until now, and it's
Spotlight
tough.
is what you were
It's
thinking of.
because he's high.
That's it. Yeah, that's true. Escape Room. Yeah, I saw the first one. I think. Yeah, I did. I saw the first
There's
one.
a Denzel Washington movie, Roman J. Israel.
Never saw it.
That's one where he's like a lawyer, I think, right?
It was one of the big movies of the year.
I didn't watch it either. Yeah, it was really good.
I liked
And
it. It
the
had some
second
moments,
one was a bit
moments.
disappointing.
I didn't see the second one.
It
Oh,
wasn't
Fate
as
of
good.
Sin's favorite movie, The Fate of the Furious.
Dude, it's so weird how, in my brain, it wasn't that long ago, but Kong Skull Island was like a little while ago.
Feels like it was ages ago. You know
Wait.
why? Because so much bad stuff has happened since then. You
But
know,
it's the
starting with
same year,
2020,
though.
it just feels like. So 2017 feels like a lifetime ago now. To me, it does anyway.
I don't know. To
Lauren.
me, it
How
all
you
It
doing?
seems
feels
like
like yesterday.
forever.
What's that, Arturo?
I just said it to me. It feels like yesterday.
I almost brought up I did see The Void. It is I don't think it's as good as The Thing. I think it's along the same vein of The Thing, and it was a pretty decent horror film with like gory, monstery, kind of like The Thing. But
Sin,
not
can you add blame?
Wait.
Just add blame. That's what this movie
Blame.
is.
Okay, I was looking up also what Dulcimeras was talking about. And that's right. I had forgotten that they did a doggone remake of Flatliners, which I never saw. Yeah, he talked the Void. I've seen. I think this was one that I had playing when I was working, and so I only remember parts of it. I don't remember much. I'll write it down as a possible rewatch. Yeah, it was. All the way up to 2019 was before all of that.
Another movie I forgot about from this year was A Dark Song. Has anyone seen that?
don't
You
think
talking
so.
about 2016 or 2017?
Yeah, this year. This year.
No.
I don't think
What was it about?
No.
It is about an occultist ritual to purge the participant of some bad juju.
Creepy.
Why are you smiling? Is it a comedy?
No, it's more of a
You
drama.
got this? Okay. I thought it was
It's
like.
because
gonna
I'm
be-
high.
Okay.
Yeah, you are high.
Yeah.
I'm just expecting you
All
to
right,
burst out
okay.
laughing out of nowhere like the
I think
last
he's trying
time.
to keep himself under control.
Oh no, I want him to
Yeah, really.
lose his composure.
So it's a good horror movie?
It's not even a horror movie. It's kind of more of an occult movie.
Really?
Like all the practitioners of
Practitioners?
practitioners of occultist shit, they say is like the most kind of realistic of their craft.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay. I think maybe I've gone through this list and I've written down a whole bunch of stuff to check out.
Yeah, well, we could probably start tomorrow before I go to work.
What are you doing, Arturo?
Oh, the starting on 2017 films.
No, I think he's means like your
What's your
second
job?
job.
Yeah, what's your second job?
Oh, FedEx Express.
Oh, you work at the warehouse? The boxes?
Mm-hmm. Well, I was doing boxes, but now I'm like sorting like envelopes and stuff.
That's cool.
It's simple,
Yeah,
but they only work me like 2.5 to 3 at best,
Yeah, it's not very
which
much.
is not enough.
Really?
Yeah.
I actually need to start looking for another job.
What the movie theater doesn't give enough hours?
Well, no, I don't want to say
Hey.
too much. It's just some issues going on, so I'm like, probably
What's
time for me to go.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
That's too bad, man. That's too bad. Movie theater's awesome.
I mean, he likes a lot of like the managers there and some other people he works with, but I think he feels like he's ready to move on
yeah,
to something else that maybe also pays a little more too.
Yeah.
I've been working there since 2017, to be
Yeah.
honest. So we're going to be
Oh, damn.
discussing the year when I started
Yeah,
working.
he
at the movie
has.
theater.
That was I remember we went to go see it, and that was when
We talked to one of the managers. Yeah.
and it was Ashton. No, it was Ashton, right?
No,
Didn't she
no,
come
no.
out,
It
or
was
it
Rebecca
Muhammad?
and then Mo.
Rebecca and then Mo. Okay,
It was
Alright.
October when we talked to Ashton.
it was Ashton who came out.
When I came in and she rolled her eyes
Yes,
because
she rolled her eyes because he had forgotten he had the day off, so he couldn't do the interview with you. That's right. I remember. Wow, that's been a long time ago.
things have changed. That's for sure.
I know. Anyway, okay. Well, I'm coming up blank with some more stuff to talk about as far as this
Yeah.
particular year. So
Well, 2016 had a lot of good stuff that came out, but it was a bad year for
You guys.
personal life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it wasn't a good year at
That's too
all.
bad.
But,
But at least there were some good movies.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Always
there
good
were
movies around the
there were
corner.
some good movies.
And I'm gonna go watch Strange Days.
Strange Days. Okay,
On
Archer,
HBO Max.
do you want to wrap this up on the live stream?
Yeah.
I know it's a little early, but like it's just like one of those
my
times
throat is
where
starting to get a little irritated now.
yeah,
Constantly
the
talking.
more you
so.
talk, the more you might open yourself up to getting sick.
I mean, hey, at least it happened after the con. That's all that matters.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Because
Con's
I was
over,
concerned we were going to
you're
get
not
sick again. It's like, no.
Yeah, because we missed it last year because we got COVID. So the good thing is they were able to roll our tickets over. They did it 2 or 3 years in a row. They rolled our tickets over.
You know,
to
next
so
year we
next
need to
year's
get Colin and Simon to just come on over.
Yeah, sure.
To the con.
Not a big traveler or a con person.
But would you do it for us?
Maybe.
Okay, Simon, what about you?
No,
He's
he's
too
too
good on
high.
a
He's too
plane.
high to answer
Wake
that
up,
question.
let's
He's too
go.
high to answer
Let's
that question.
go.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and end broadcast.
Yeah.
Thank you to everybody who showed up. It
Good
was
night,
fun,
everybody.
even though we weren't feeling our best in some ways. So we'll
We're
see you.
tired.
We'll see you in a month's time. Last Monday of August, which is right before I'll be leaving for Dragon Con.
What do you think was the movie of the year? The last thing, Deadpool.
Maybe.
Arrival.
I know
Yeah,
Simon
because
would
he
say
loves
Arrival.
Arrival. Yeah, I feel like Deadpool made a huge splash because I think people were not expecting it to be as fun as it was.
Yeah.
That's why
Yeah.
I say that.
That would be my vote, but there'd probably be other candidates too.
My favorite of the year is probably Batman versus Superman. But as far as like
Yeah.
movie of the year that was like the biggest for a lot of people and they loved it, there was so much talk about it, was probably that.
I just remembered that the trailers didn't really impress me for some reason.
Oh,
When I
Deadpool?
saw, no, Batman vs Superman.
Oh, Batman versus Superman.
Until I saw the movie.
People got pretty hyped about it. I remember when they were showing Ben Affleck's armored suit, people were really excited about it. So, anyway, okay. Later, guys. Bye.